Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Shepard, and I'm joined by Mrs. Mouse, the maximum one.
Hi there.
Hi. This long time coming today. Oh, we've been in
like
correspondence
2
for
years.
at least
Yeah.
maybe 2 Olympics ago.
Oh my God.
We are mega fans of Shaun White. We've been wanting to talk to him forever.
Yes.
And part of me thought, is he going to enjoy this? He's an Olympian.
Yeah, it's like this is so lowbrow
It was
for him.
one of our longest conversations of our lives. I don't know what made it, but I'll tell you, we chewed the fat
Yeah.
for a day, half a day.
He was so lovely and willing to just relax to the max with us.
Oh my God, he was so fun. I am in love with him. Shaun White, 5-time Olympian, 3-time Olympic gold medalist in half pipe.
I mean, one of the greatest athletes to ever live. We can just say that.
Yeah, of all time. Yeah. It's our Mike Jordan.
He's a goat.
He's a goat. Big time goat. You're going to love him. Please enjoy Shaun White. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Got your
So
stuff?
cute in real life, huh? It's
So
pretty
cute.
overwhelming, yeah.
But he's a half of a power couple. I don't know if you know.
I don't know.
Nina Dobrev.
Okay, tell me about Nina.
She's
A
gorgeous.
bombshell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know her, you'll love her.
It's probably safest if I don't know her, to be honest, because I don't want to
Yeah.
Howard Stern it and just talk about her and her physique.
Well, we will shout out her wine.
Yeah.
She sent me some wine.
You guys are friends?
Yeah.
Well, she sent me wine.
She
that's-
started her own company.
And it is really good wine.
She's gluten free, and a lot of wine has gluten apparently.
I'm gluten free too.
Okay.
But he's also an
get-
alcoholic.
But I'm an alcoholic.
Oh yeah,
so what do
maybe
we
we
do?
won't. Yeah, she started it with her friend Julianne Hough. Fresh vine wine.
And when celebrities make wines,
Be
normally...
careful, because you'll probably make one.
True.
Don't say something you're going to regret
No,
in 8 months
but
when you
I-
launch Monica Pickled
Vine wine.
Padman's. Yeah.
You just have to go in with some skepticism.
Sure. Is this a cash grab? That's your first thought, right?
And I'll drink any wine. So I, of course, opened it up with low expectations, and it's incredibly good.
Appreciate your honesty with low expectations.
That's like when your friend's like, listen to my demo. And you're like, ooh.
Uh-huh.
Like,
But then it was
In front of you?
fantastic.
doing that head nod. Like, yeah.
I would imagine that's the most common thing that would happen to you. You're in a band yourself. Is that the most common thing where someone's like, hey, will you listen to my demo?
No, I mean, I was in a band ages ago. I still play.
This is going to air in 2014.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So it's
you're still in
relevant.
a band
Yeah.
then.
Okay, perfect. People just ask me about resorts. Where is it snowing and why aren't you there?
Oh.
Is usually the like, why aren't you in Alaska? Just like,
Like, because I'm not.
because I'm not. Because it's cold there. But we had a run-in. There was an encounter. It was 10 years ago at the Teen Choice Awards. Nina, on the topic here. You and I actually met. We were presenting together at the Teen Choice Awards. We're backstage practicing our bit.
Script?
Yeah.
And this smoke show walks by. We're kind of chit-chatting. She
The
walks
story's
by.
about you and I.
And Nina.
This is so
yeah.
exciting.
That's not possible, but continue.
Yeah. So we're backstage. She walks by, and I think we both clock her. You shout out. You're like, whoa, where are you going? The guy's solid gold. Come meet Shaun White. And she was just kind of like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And you're like, what do you mean?
Are
And
you telling me I set you guys up?
Well, you not negged, but you.
No, I was
He
inflating
was
my...
kind of hitting on her for me. He's like,
Right.
well, look at this guy. Look at the muscles. Look, he's
Okay.
solid gold. And then she's like, oh, I got a boyfriend. And you're like, what? You don't cheat? Come on, come talk to us. What do you do? You don't cheat? Come
What are you,
on.
old-fashioned?
What are you?
What are you, geek?
And she laughed and walked off. And then Vampire Diaries, the show she was in, ended up winning the award.
Oh, my goodness.
That you guys were presenting.
Yeah. And so there's footage of me like kissing her on the cheek. This is 10 years ago.
this
We
is
didn't
so
remember it. You don't remember. You know,
No.
it was ages ago, literally.
Oh, my
That is crazy.
God.
So that was our first encounter.
I'm very excited that I was a part of the...
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you guys re-saw each other, did it click immediately? Like, oh, we met at the Teen Choice Awards?
No, but there was a situation where we were trying to keep it, you know, it's like once you get the media involved and people start posting and saying stuff. Her friend was scouring the internet for like Shaun White, Nina Dobrev, for somebody to catch us. She sent her a link like, oh, they got you. And we pull it up and it's the clip from
From
the teen. Yeah, so that's how it came on the radar and then saw the surfboard.
Okay, you're now in a group of 3. This has only happened to me 3 times. Do you think it's happened to me more? I
know
don't.
that's probably right. Yeah.
Number 1, met John Hamm somewhere. I'm a huge John Hamm fan. I'm a June fan. Ham. I'm a huge
We all
John
are.
Hamm fan, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm chatting with him, and he goes, "We've already met," and I'm like, "No, dude, I would remember meeting you. I'm a huge fan." And then he tells me a conversation we had that clearly we had, and I left there going, "I don't understand how that happened because I'm a huge fan. How could I have forgotten that?" Likewise, I'm an enormous fan of yours. I'm worried about my own cognition at this point that I have forgotten that. But I guess it's more just a testament to we all go do these things. There's so many people. It's almost hard to imprint any of the shit that's going on in that circus.
I mean, I'd done a bunch of those award show type things, and
Yeah.
you're kind of there on the clock, and you're like, okay, I do my part, and you either hang around for a second or you leave. I kind of get it.
I feel bad about not remembering, and I feel good that I was your wingman.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel then back to guilty that you're right. I probably just wanted to hit on myself, but I'm married.
I
so
like that
Yeah.
you. No, you weren't married
Vicarious.
then, right?
10 years ago?
Oh,
the ship
in
had
a-
sailed. Let's say
Okay.
that. I was
Okay.
already engaged and stuff, I'm sure.
right.
I just thought it was hilarious. I got to be more outgoing like he is. I remember clocking that. Like, I got to have more fun because I remember going to those things and being like, ugh, like these are these pop stars and my
That's
little
so
world of
funny.
snowboarding. Do I belong here?
Because your fantasy growing up is, you know what, if I end up getting a gold medal, I'm pretty sure everywhere I go, I'll feel pretty confident. And it's very comforting to know no one will put an object in your hand and you'll magically go, oh yeah, that's right, I'm the shit.
Yeah,
And everywhere I
yeah.
go, I'm the shit. Okay, you want to hear the third one? This one's really embarrassing. But do you watch The Great?
The Great, no.
It's phenomenal. Cannot recommend it enough. Nicholas Hoult is one of the leads of the show. He's tremendous in the show.
Okay.
I'm a super fan of him. He comes on the podcast. He's like, you know, we've done track days together at the motorcycle track, and I've talked to you for 40 minutes. And I'm like, this isn't possible. Here's my memory of you and I. I follow you on Instagram. Somehow I noticed maybe you followed me, or somehow
Yeah.
I know that I was all of a sudden DMing with you. And I remember being ecstatic about it. I remember thinking, I can't believe
That's
Shaun White
exciting, yeah.
knows who I am enough to DM with me. That's my story of us.
That's awesome.
And here we are. This has been in the works for a minute.
Yeah. Well, Nina's a huge fan of the show. And so,
Oh, she is?
Oh, yeah. So she introduced me to the show, and she's probably going to be upset because she's like, that's the story I'm going to tell when they invite me.
Well,
so
Nina,
I
you're in-
stole that.
perspective.
Nina, you're invited.
Yeah, maybe we'll get her take
Hers
on
will
it.
be different, I'm
Oh,
sure.
for sure. We're like, it was hilarious. She's like,
Yes, we could find out something
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
His walk away was like, I gotta be more like this dude. And hers might have been like, thank God Shaun wasn't like that other
Maybe that's why
asshole.
she liked you, because
Yeah.
in comparison, it was like, well, whew,
yeah.
You seem like a really good person.
very
Yeah.
polite.
Well, Nina, you're invited. We would
She'll
love
love
to
it.
have you on. Monica
yeah.
will get drunk on your wine during the
we
interview.
could drink it during the interview.
Oh,
That's
she'll
a
love
first.
it. But yeah, so she introduced me to the show. Then I was like, oh, that'd be so fun to come on the show at some point. And then it was like right before the Olympics, we were maybe talking about it. It just gets so hectic
Oh, gosh.
before that goes down.
That's what your
Just the
team
training
told
and
us.
all
Like,
yeah.
he wants to, and he literally is snowboarding 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
I was just going for it.
bullshit.
I was
He
like,
can
I'll
make it
go.
work.
I'll wear a lav and I'll try to ride down with him.
And then it was similar because right after the games, we were about to line it up. And I was just like, I need a break.
Yeah, understandably.
So I've just done this world tour, enjoying myself,
Travel.
traveling for fun.
There's a real kind of manic trajectory of a career like yours. Of course, I've thought about it with Phelps. I think about it with you. You have the most heightened experience of fame. It's like global, and everyone's focused on you. And then you come home, and then that dissipates, and then it comes back in this wave, and then it goes down and comes back. I would compare it to movie stars who are like hot and they're cold and they're hot and
Yeah,
they're cold. Not
yeah.
because you've ever gotten cold, just it's this cycle of the sport, whether it's X Games or the Olympics. Is that hard to get used to? Is it no big deal? Do you appreciate it? It's just so stark on either side of it.
It's something I feel like I just got used to. It took me a minute, and I was not aware of that or ready for it after my first Olympics. I was 19. It was 2006. I won the gold, and I'd already kind of had some success and recognition within the sport, and people would recognize me here and there. But after the Olympics, I couldn't go anywhere. Everybody knew
Yeah.
my story, what had happened, and thank goodness I didn't know how big the Olympics were until afterwards, because I'd have probably been way more nervous. But
Yeah.
Right.
I think afterward is when I'm going on this crazy media tour. Everybody's, everywhere I went celebrating. And like you just said, I remember getting home and it was just like quiet. I just sat there in my house like, okay, I guess I did it. And it's like, and nothing in the sport at that point and still really compares to the Olympics. So it's not like there's a
Next
Super
thing.
Bowl every year. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
4 more years. And
Oh, the pressure.
Stay great.
Oh,
yeah,
my
stay
stay
healthy.
on it and do it again. That same cycle starts to wear on you, and you can't pull from the same place of motivation. You're like, I just got to be great. And then you are great.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're like, well, be great again.
Again,
Yeah.
and again.
Hey, do it again.
Yeah. I want to get into that
So-
in detail, how one keeps that fire
Yeah.
and motivation. But first, I want to hear what your explanation is of why you were such a phenom after the first Olympics. 2006, and you get gold. What is your explanation for why it was so notable? Let's put it this way. Hundreds of gold medals are given
Yeah,
out in the
yeah.
Winter Olympics, and those
Yeah.
people aren't on Kimmel.
After looking back over the career and that Olympics specifically, I remember the guy that won the Olympics before me. His name was Ross Powers, and he was really great at half pipe, which is that discipline. But there's a bunch of other disciplines that they now have in the Olympics, but that at the time was the only one they put in. And he won the gold medal, and everyone in the world was like, Ross Powers, he's the greatest snowboarder alive. And I remember kind of thinking like, no, he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the world right now thinks that, and not to discredit his thing. He crushed it. He was the best in the world in that.
Was that
in
the first
arena? No, there was one before that,
Okay,
but it was
second
almost
one.
like a test event. And what had happened was the Americans had swept the podium. So first, second, third were all Americans, and that hadn't happened in X amount of histories of Olympics. There's so much history they can
It helps
pull
when we
from.
invent the sport.
Yeah, totally. So, and they were everywhere. Everybody talked about them. It was such a big deal. So that next Olympics after that, the Italy Games, all the focus of NBC really pumped it up. So when I won, not only was it the most viewed thing compared to American Idol at that time and Super Bowl, but I was recognizable. I was like the only one with long red hair, and I had my
Yeah.
vibe, I guess. I was comfortable on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk on camera. There were so many offers for me to come on talk shows, but everyone was like, great, we'd love to have Shaun White. This will be awesome. What kind of stunt can he do?
Right.
Can he come sliding onto stage and he rips his beanie off and he sits in the chair and opens the Mountain Dew?
Has he ever
and
been fired out of a cannon?
Yeah, what if we drop him from the ceiling? And I was just like, oh my God. And I'm dying to be on these shows. I've always wanted to be on these shows.
As a
sitting there
real
thinking,
human, not a fucking stunt man.
And I'm like, wow, well, I got to set the template for the rest of my career right now. So I had to say no to a bunch of shows, which was really tough.
Oh,
Good for you.
And then sure enough, one show was like, sure. It's probably Kimmel or someone was like, yeah, sure, we'll have him on. I walked out in a suit. I looked presentable. I told great stories. They rolled the clip of me doing my thing, and that was it.
Yeah, you only get one chance to debut,
Yeah.
and luckily you did it really well.
Thank you.
They showed a clip the last time you were on Kimmel of you at 19. It's with some news outlet. I don't even know who you were talking to, but this woman, and he's saying that on the flight home, apparently all the attendants had seen and they were excited he was on the plane. He's 19, and he said, then I got incredible service, drinks and snacks. And the woman goes, well, hold on, you're 19. What do you mean drinks? And he goes, Mountain Dew, baby. And I'm like, what a big swing. And he landed it. Like, he just started dying laughing. And she was like a serious news anchor. I don't even know
it
who
was
that
like
was.
live on CNN.
Great.
And she's like, drinks. You're only 19. What are you like trying to?
Bust
I'm like,
you.
lady.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain snapped. Like I was talking to one of my buddies. I was
It's
like,
the baby, though.
about Mountain Dew, baby.
Yes.
That resurfaced recently on the internet.
so
Well,
as,
funny.
as things do.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of the moment. We talk about this nonstop. It's like if you do it at that young age, you know you can do it now.
Yeah.
It just, your whole worldview changes.
Yeah.
And so you go and it's Mountain Dew, baby. It's a big swing. And by the way, it could have fucking missed.
Oh,
'Cause
for
even
sure.
if you just tweet, if you're like, it was Mountain Dew, baby, you're a pariah. Everyone hates
That's
you.
mean. That's
Yes.
rude.
But
Yeah.
you take a pretty big swing and then you fucking land it.
Yeah.
And then you just go like, okay, I know how to do this. I can hang with these
This
things.
was a while ago, though, so
Yeah.
things weren't so harsh.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't say
know?
baby anymore,
Yeah,
yeah.
if I did that today, oh goodness.
Higher degree of difficulty to land that
Yeah.
baby now.
Yeah, for sure.
Say
So-
anything. Even if you said Mountain Dew, it'd be like, that's bad for you.
Yeah. It was a different world.
You
back
heard
then,
rapists
but-
like Mountain Dew, right? That's their preferred drink. Are you saying you agree with
Cancel.
rapists?
Sold.
Okay, so those are great explanations. Totally agree with you. You're very confident. It's all very attractive. But I'm going to say it's the same reason Usain Bolt was so attractive. It is so rare in the Olympics that you see someone come in first place 2 standard deviations above second place. You don't see it. You don't see a 100-meter sprint and one dude's 4 seconds ahead of another guy. And I would say of all the Olympics I've watched in my life, and we are Olympics junkies.
We love the Olympics.
I've never seen such a gap between gold and silver. When you came out, you were like, whoa, this guy does a different sport. He's 10 feet higher than everyone. It was so staggering, the dominance and the skill level. The gap was really visible, even if you didn't know a fucking thing about the sport.
It's funny you bring it up because for me, I always loved watching, like Muhammad Ali. I remember it was one of the first books I read as a kid. And I remember picking it because it was the thinnest book I could find. It was like,
Mine was
book report. It was this yellow book. I'll never forget it. And I pull it out. I was like, oh God, what is this? It was short, just like a quick kid's book on Muhammad Ali. And I remember being a big fan and watching him fight. And it wasn't just that he fought people, he would kind of embarrass them. In the ring, he would shuffle his feet and sneak in these punches, and he'd pull a punch at the end to watch the guy fall. Mike Tyson, I remember him like coming out in his black robe and the black trunk and
Short shorts.
and he would knock the person out within the first seconds of the first round.
Yeah, you would think, they're not even the same class of athlete.
And so something happened after 2002, that Salt Lake City Games where Ross Powers won. I'm in first place for the qualifying series. There's 5 events, it's your best 2 finishes. I need a first place finish to go to the Olympics. I'm in first place. There's only one more guy to go. I'm standing at the bottom of the half pipe watching him do this insane run. His whole family's there making noise. And they got these cowbells and they're like looking at my family. What where were you
guys
get,
doing?
Get Aunt Rose and get everybody up there. Like,
When do you learn to whistle with your fucking fingers in your mouth?
give me something to work with. And so he beats me by 3 3/10 of a point.
I
So he went on to get the bronze medal. And it's funny because for the last 2 Olympics was my coach, which
no
is so
shit.
funny. So it's a full circle of it all.
I love that.
So JJ Thomas, and I remember after that Olympics, that season I had gotten maybe 2 first place finishes. Everything else was second. I almost wanted a third to be like, he was robbed. He got robbed, you know, but second's like, oh yeah, you were close. And so then I was like, okay, well, I can't go out there and be close anymore. I have to, without a doubt, show that I won. So that's how I started to train.
Well, also, yes, this just was kind of talked about. Do you watch Formula One at all?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm obsessed with
I
it
just
now.
got into it. Yeah,
From
yeah.
Drive to Survive, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So you look at how Max Verstappen drove last year against Lewis, and you look at how he drives this year against Leclerc. To dethrone a hero, you have to go so far beyond them. If you're the champ, you can't tie. You can't go 0.1 above the champ and win. You got to destroy the champ to be the champ. Now, once you're the champ, you can play differently.
Well, now you've got that lead. You know, if you're already ahead and everybody's trying to catch up to you, you're already going on to the next thing.
You
So
gotta
that
keep-
was the way I kind of kept ahead.
But I bet even the mental proposition in your head was, if I'm going to go next time to the Olympics, I've got to be fucking obvious. Like, if it comes down to a popularity contest and we're tied, I'm losing that. Would you agree with that or no?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of it came from that I was so young that no one took me seriously
Yeah.
for so long. And at that point, I'm 15. I'm almost
Yeah.
considered an adult, but not really. And so I was like, okay, that's it. I'm over it. I'm done. But I had won an event that year, so I knew I could win. And now I was like, okay, well, whatever my nearest competitor or the top person's doing, I need to be doing this, putting myself way ahead of them. And then once I achieved that, I just had to maintain that lead rather than reinventing myself every year. I'd already done the work to get that far ahead. I was like, okay, how can I just stay out in front?
That's
Agree,
harder
you
though,
know?
isn't it?
It is hard.
It's easy to recognize what's above you, try to
Yeah.
meet it, and then surpass it. It's kind of like leading a race is hard.
Or
It's
predicting a trend or fashion or
exactly.
something. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is going to be cool, especially in this sport,
Right.
because there's only so many ways to throw a football. I can go invent a new trick and be the best in the world.
Yeah, there's a creativity element to it.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah. It's up to you to design
Yeah.
something that's wow worthy.
And I always look at it as the whole. It's not even the tricks. It's what song's playing.
Oh, wow.
What tricks am I doing? What am I wearing? What would I say at the bottom?
Oh, wow.
It's a whole show.
I think it's the more vividly I could create this imaginary situation,
The full story.
then I can go bring it to reality. So this is exactly how the runs would play out and what I would do. And then I train for that and then I go do it.
How often were you training at that time? Every day? How does it work?
Yes and no. 16, I just turned professional in skateboarding. And that was like a double-edged sword because I'd always wanted to be a professional skateboarder. But
Well, funny enough, this is perfect timing because I was on the verge of saying, well, let's rewind. Your first love, would that be fair to say? Like,
Pretty
your
much.
first goal was to be Tony Hawk.
yeah, he skated at my local skate park.
No way.
And I was like, oh my God, Tony Hawk's at my local park.
That's weird. That's like one of those
And
Bill Gates.
It's a very Bill Gates.
Yeah. And so he got together with Nike, I want to say, and they built a brand new skate park in this YMCA parking lot. And it was incredible. And I'd go there. And since it was the best spot and Tony was there, all the other pros would go there. So I was just kind of like the sponge.
You were 9, right, at this point?
Yeah, at this point, probably 8 or 9. And they finally egged me on to drop into the vert ramp and do all this stuff. And they would just tell me tricks to do because I didn't know any of the tricks. They would just be, oh, try this, put your hand here and then twist. And so they would teach me tricks and things like that, people at the park. But I was terrified of Tony, too much of a hero to approach on my own. So
Yeah.
I just assumed if I skated really well, he would maybe come talk to me. I would just throw every trick I had. The hardest stuff, I'd just go for it. And I'd land majority of it. And it's funny because till this day, when I see him, I'm like, oh, shit.
Even still.
Oh, Dad's here.
But he
So-
did approach you.
He did, yeah. He eventually came up to me and invited me to do one of these demos he was putting on, and then eventually invited me to skate for his company, Birdhouse Skateboards. And my
He
dreams
mentored
come
you,
true.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He never really sat me down and gave me advice, but he was more just the guy that was going through everything I was about to go through.
Yeah.
And he was a family man. So it's like, how did he manage his time with the family? What did he do when fans approached him? The way he acted and the way he carried himself, he's the same guy through and through.
He's a modeling mentor
Yeah.
more than you should do this or that. You
Yeah,
just-
and I
you-
remember being around it, and his video game blew up, and he landed the 900. And then fast forward a few years or so, I'm at the Olympics, a lot coming my way. And so I kind of got to model a little bit of that from him, which was really cool. But the reasons why I went pro in skating was more that I had these mega deals in snowboarding, and these companies are paying me to be on the snow. And I can't really just be like, well, I'm missing my summer as a teen.
Yeah.
They're like, that's cute, but we need you out to
Yeah.
rock the logo and drink the drinks and do the.
Yeah.
And so I was like, look, I won't be snowboarding because I'll be doing this.
Skating.
You
almost needed like a justifiable.
Yeah, to
Out.
just say, look, the logos will still be on me. And then deep down, I wanted to be a pro skateboarder. I remember the day I decided, it was so funny. I had it all built up. I'm like, I'm going to tell Tony that I'm going to go pro in skating. I remember seeing him at the ramp. I was like, okay, here it goes.
Sure.
And I remember telling him, and he was like, oh, cool. Should have done it sooner. I was like, oh, okay, well, good talk. Yeah, so I'll see you later. And he was like, cut your hair.
Oh my God.
He was always giving me flack. So yeah, after that, I went pro in skateboarding at 16. Like I mentioned, 15, I had just missed the Olympics in snowboarding. 16, I started winning everything. So I was on the top in snowboarding. I was kind of becoming untouchable at that point. And then I started at the bottom of the barrel in skateboarding because I'd never done a pro event before. I never really done amateur events just because all the amateur events were during the biggest snowboarding competitions. So
Yeah.
I actually got a bit of flack that I didn't go up the proper ranks in skateboarding to get to the professional level.
If they
Yeah.
had been vulnerable and honest, what they would have really said is, I'm so intimidated you can both do snowboarding and skateboarding at this
Yeah.
level.
I'm
and you
jealous.
scare me because I don't
Yeah.
think I'm this good. If I go back in a time machine when this episode is released,
Yes.
and I ask you at, let's say, 15 and a half, you have to pick one or the other. You want to be a world-renowned skateboarder or snowboarder? What would you say at that moment?
Skateboarding,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, you know what's interesting? I can see why,
fascinating.
because you didn't exist in snowboarding. Your big blessing is that it was snowboarding, from my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
which is after Matt Hoffman, no reason to ride a BMX bike.
Oof. No,
Don't
not
do
at
it.
all. Yeah.
After Tony Hawk, what's the best you're ever going to be? Tony Hawk Light, you know? It's kind of like a
true.
post-Jordan world, right? That didn't exist in snowboarding. You're the Tony
are that.
Hawk. So now, in retrospect, it's the greatest because you get to be,
In that echelon.
yeah.
I look at it in a similar way, but a couple different reasons pop into my head. One was that snowboarding is more expensive as a career and having a life after snowboarding for financial reasons and things. It's a more expensive sport.
Yeah, you can't do it in your backyard.
Yeah, there's lift tickets, there's the resorts you stay at, you got to get there, the food, the lodging,
The
everything.
gear's expensive.
The gear's expensive,
Yeah.
all this stuff. So I had a better opportunity to make a living out of snowboarding than I did in skateboarding. Nowadays, it's a little different because you got mainstream fashion and coming into skateboarding, all these different things. But at the time, it was a much more stable career path in snowboarding. And then I think the only reason that I answered skateboarding a minute ago was that I didn't do it as much. I missed
Yeah.
it. And when I skateboarded, I was at home.
Well, by the way, also, you have somebody who you want to be. I can't imagine there was a snowboarder that you were as invested in as a fantasy identity.
There was a guy at that point that
There
was
was.
pretty cool. It was Tony Hawk and this guy named Terje Håkansson, and he was a Norwegian snowboarder.
Hold on. Tony Hawk and Terry Hawkinson.
Yeah, I can
This sounds
barely
like a-
pronounce his
You've
name.
made
It's,
that
it's
up.
like
Terrible
Terje
metaverse.
Håkansson. Totally, I know.
That's preposterous.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Tonus and Hawkinson. What was it?
Terje Håkansson.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Yeah, he was the best at that time in the world of snowboarding. So I looked up to him a lot.
It's still different. You could have looked at him skill wise, but as far as an empire,
Persona.
Oh, no.
there
Yeah.
not that yet in
Yeah.
snowboarding. Now there's some kid that's like, I'm gonna fucking be Shaun White.
God,
but
yeah.
that just didn't. Terrence and Hawkinson was
Terrence-
not. He just the fact that we're learning his name for
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
time
no,
today,
totally,
yeah,
totally. In that world, it was a
Yeah.
big, so. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if you'll be able to assign numbers or percentages for me here. But we're talking to Pastrana and we're talking about racing because he and I both race.
And he told you the 5 times you guys met before when you just introduced yourself to him.
Yeah, once we got through all that, about an hour
we've
later.
met like 6 times.
Oh my God. I just want everyone to be clear. I blame this on my memory. It's not that I think I'm cool. Okay. We're talking to Pastrana, and we're talking about when he went to NASCAR, and he just did fine. He did moderate.
Yeah.
And the conclusion that he has and that I suggested was in rally, crazy is a very important ingredient. It's a significant percentage of the experience. Backflipping motorcycles. Crazy is a huge part of the equation. NASCAR, it's not. Everyone's nuts. And now it's really technical to be number one at that. And I guess my curiosity, when you look at the gap between your first win and silver, what percentages would you assign to crazy and which would you assign to technique and practice?
the sport, at least in my eyes, is probably at least 70% mental.
Yes, because the half pipe they're in, Monica's 22 feet tall. Before he's at the lip, he's above this house. And then he launches 23 feet in the air. So he's 45 feet from the ground. He's 5 stories up. If you've ever been on a 5-story roof, you know if you step off, you're dead. You're not surviving a 5-story fall. So I think the buy-in is so different in that sport than most sports. I mean, only comparable to freestyle motocross and stuff.
I literally was about to say that. The commitment level of, I'm going to hit this jump. You can't jump halfway through and like, I'm not going to do it. And that decision happens before you go.
Yeah, because you're deciding to scrub speed or go as fast as you can, right?
Exactly. So you're deciding what happens. And I as a kid, I learned, I think my mom pointed it out, because there's these kids trying to learn backflips, and she's like, watch. A couple of them made it, and one of them decided halfway through he didn't want to do a backflip anymore. He comes around, lands on his head, knocked out, the whole deal. She's like, if you're going to do something, you got to commit. That stuck with me for a long time. And that's what skateboarding doesn't have as much.
Right.
You can try a trick and run out of it or slide on your pads. It's like, but if you're hitting a 90-foot jump, you're going to do it.
Hosoi, maybe. There was a moment where high air was a thing, but even Hosoi maybe was, 13 feet in the air or
that's
something.
what's crazy is I went from snowboarding, and I don't think the pipes were 22 feet at that time, but they were still 18 to 17 feet. And you go to the vert ramp, skateboarding, and it was like 12, 13 feet.
It felt
and
tiny
they're
to you.
doing these 6-foot airs, and I'm thinking, gosh, this is so small. And so a lot of what I brought to skateboarding was my ability to flip and spin from snowboarding.
Yeah.
And then what I brought from skating to my snowboarding was the precision.
The
because
technicality
skateboarding,
of
you
it.
have to be precise. You're flipping, the board's flipping, you're catching it with your feet. So then I go from skateboarding to snowboarding. I'm like, oh my God, the board's attached. I don't even have to think about it. I'm gonna land.
Yeah, it can't come off my feet
It
at
can't come
any
off
point.
halfway
Yeah.
through the trick. A lot of it really complemented one another, and I get a lot of focus on my snowboarding career, but I feel like that skateboarding element brought so much to it, and it brought down the burnout factor.
Yeah.
Because if you're just doing the same thing every day for your whole life since you're a kid, I mean, I don't know how many football players show up to the field and they're like, oh, here we go. Today's the, maybe they do. But you talked about motivation, what drives you, what keeps you going. I think a lot of that drive at the time was I took these huge breaks.
Right.
But you were
forced
still
breaks.
enhancing your skills weirdly.
Weirdly, yeah.
Yeah.
I was still staying in the competitive mindset. I didn't just go to Thailand and kick it. But, you know what I mean? Or I go
Yeah.
home and hang for the summer. And I was still physically active every day, training, skating. And it's the same muscles, the same stuff. It's just a little bit different. It's something that I didn't really understand until later because I was in the thick of it. My dream was to be the best in the world at both simultaneously, to go win the Winter X Games and then go take it down at the Summer X Games and
Which
go back.
you did.
I did a couple times.
Oh
And that was
my God.
that was like my
have
okay
to-
moment.
I have to be honest, and I'm embarrassed to say this, but I haven't seen you skate. Have you ever seen
I
him
didn't
skate?
even know that.
I knew you were a great skater, but I've just never seen it. And then when I was reading that you golded in winter and summer, which had never been done for X Games, I'm going to be dead honest with you. My first thought was, I wonder if he had a little nudge in the summer because he was so popular as a snowboarder. The novelty of the fact that you were this dual competitor, like, did that give you any lift?
I know for a fact that I was promoted a lot more, which was not well received by the skateboarders that had been in the mix, and that was a very small group. And so that was a really tough time actually for me.
You didn't feel very embraced by that group?
No, not really. I actually talked to Tony about it in an interview. He's like, I always felt bad for Shaun. He never really fit in.
But either did Tony. That's why he could see that.
Yeah, that's very true. When I joined snowboarding in the amateur ranks, it's hard to be friends in that age group. You're really harsh to each other, and I was always winning. I was on a roll.
Yeah.
And
Hard
so
to
I-
like. Hard to like.
hard to like. Oh, cool. He beat me again.
Oh,
Year
great.
7.
He's
like,
here.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, and it just got very that vibe. Like, there he is, Johnny. We're gonna get him this year. And like, there he is. He's probably lying about his age. He's probably He's like totally. They're like anything to get me out. So that was hard. I went pro. I was 13. Everybody was in their mid to upper 20s, and so I'm like, hey, you guys like Pokemon? Like, you guys want to like trying to explain that shit.
You like
And-
remote
yeah, you
control
guys are very
cars?
cool.
I brought one with me to the hotel. I'll be in the parking lot tonight.
Got the Game Boy, I got the games, like, just let me know. I'd win the events and I couldn't go get the award because it was at a bar. Then that time they called it kid points. He's only getting those points because he's a kid. It's an act. And I got to tell you, I looked ridiculous. I was tiny. I had the red hair going. And I remember the sponsor that I had was Burton Snowboards at the time. And they had a kids brand called Backhill. And the logo for Backhill was a bumblebee.
Uh-oh.
And it's Buzz the Bumblebee. And it was all over my yellow pants and shit. I was like, oh my God, you guys are killing me here. And I'm like, take me serious. I just looked
You're wearing underoos.
yellow. And so finally I grew enough to fit into the clothes. And so when I was 15, I was finally like, okay, take me seriously.
Yeah.
I have the size and I'm wearing the big kid clothes, the adult clothes, but like here are my tricks.
Shopping in the adult
Here's my
section.
tricks to back it up. And so when I went to the skateboarding world, it was kind of harsh just because we were all buddies because I was non-threatening. I was just the guy that could do a lot of the cool tricks at the park and I was the pro snowboarder. And so then all of a sudden there's this group of maybe like 10 to 12 guys that were the top guys and I'm making great money in snowboarding and all of a sudden I'm coming to take what
more.
they
Yes.
consider theirs and you don't need it was the mentality. And I was like, oh wow.
That'd be like
kinda,
if Brad Pitt gets into podcasting.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
dude,
you have
Really?
everything. Why you gotta come over here? Brad, no, come on, man. Save some for the rest of us.
but then he rips at it.
Oh,
You're
of
like,
course he will.
damn,
Yeah, of course,
he's
yeah.
so good at it.
If you
So-
are thinking Brad Pitt of doing a podcast, we'd love to have you under our umbrella.
Oh, that would be great. We'll give you 110% of
Yeah.
the proceeds too, just to have you here.
Yeah.
Once I started winning those competitions and like I said, getting the promotion from the event organizers. But no, I really feel like my tricks were delivering something that just wasn't there.
Were you going higher than most people and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
I was going a lot higher, which they rewarded because skateboarding is all about how high you can get out of the
Yeah.
pipe. And my tricks were like big spins and flips, which wasn't really what a lot of the guys were doing at the
Yeah.
time. So then all I had to do was fill in with some technical kick flips and heel flips and things.
I'm going to watch that tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going
I'm
to dig that up.
fascinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm double blown away.
I have some clips on my Instagram probably floating around.
I'm
Great.
combing
Yeah.
through it.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This episode is brought to you by the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. From the world and creators of The Big Bang Theory comes a new comedy series. Stuart Bloom, comic book store owner and lovable underdog, accidentally breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard and kicks off a full-blown multiverse Armageddon. Now, he's on a mission to put reality back together alongside his girlfriend Denise, a geologist named Bert, and physicist Barry Kripke. Along the way, they're running into alternate universe versions of characters you already know and love. Check out the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, now streaming exclusively on HBO Max with new episodes Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscription required. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We've talked before about Rob building our website on Squarespace, and I bring it up again because it's a perfect example of what they do well. Rob had all the pieces, the content, the vision, the ideas, but he needed something to actually take all that and make it public facing. And Squarespace was that bridge. Maybe you're in the same spot. You've been developing something, a business, a skill set, a body of work, and it's been private. It's been yours, but at some point you're ready to put it out there, and that transition from private to public can feel like a huge leap. Squarespace makes it feel like a step. Beautiful templates, built-in SEO, email campaigns, scheduling, analytics, everything you need to go from I've been working on this to here it is, come find me. All in one place, no code, no stitching together a bunch of different tools. So if you've been sitting on something and waiting for the right moment, this might be it. Head to squarespace.com/DAX for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DAX to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You've heard us talk about BetterHelp for a while, but I don't know that we've ever talked about how much people love this service when they use it. BetterHelp has an average live therapy session rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client session reviews. And you can check out the reviews yourself at betterhelp.com/reviews to see how much they love BetterHelp. Knowing that kind of service feedback from real people speaks for itself. I'm a huge proponent of therapy, as we've talked about before. I've learned so many things about myself that I believe truly only an outside, objective person could help me come to. BetterHelp makes it easy to get started. Answer a few questions, get matched with a therapist based on your needs, and switch therapists at any time if it's not the right fit. See the reviews, see what stands out, and see if BetterHelp is right for you. Visit betterhelp.com/Dax. That's betterhelp.com/Dax.
But that's such a weird juxtaposition to be so well known and also so lonely, so isolated. I mean, I think that's a common story for especially athletes.
Even when you were describing being at the Olympics, coming home, being at your house, to me that really parallels a lot of the musicians we talk to, which is like you go out on stage, 100,000 people have left their home and got a babysitter and bought tickets to show you they love you. And then in 14 minutes, you're in that experience in your hotel room going like, should I order room service? Probably shouldn't eat after 12.
Do they have spicy wings?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I already saw everything. It's like so dramatic.
Yeah.
That would be so curious to have some understanding that America loves me.
Yeah.
I'm so loved, but I'm
And
also by
yet-
myself.
Yeah.
These guys I snowboard with, they're bummed I'm here. And now I'm
Yeah.
skateboarding, they're bummed I'm here.
And at the time, I didn't really have a bunch of friends that were athletes. You know?
Intentionally, or just they were the
Kind
ones
of,
that were
yeah.
not triggered by you?
Yeah, at the time, kind of. I grew up in San Diego area, Del Mar, near the racetrack.
Thanks for putting it in race.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah, I know my audience. So had asthma as a kid. I didn't like the cold. And all of a sudden I became a pro snowboarder.
He also had the same heart condition that Billy has, Kimmel's son.
Kimmel.
And he had 3 surgeries on his heart when he was a
Yeah.
little person.
No way,
Yeah.
little boy.
Just gotta add that to the stew. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty
You were already overcoming so much.
Yeah.
That's a funny one because I actually hid that about me around the first Olympics. I just knew the way media was. I mean, obviously I have the scar, but I don't remember the operations. And it wasn't something I droned or thought about every day.
Not something you had thought, oh, I overcame.
Yeah,
It's not
you
even-
know,
yeah,
it was just
yeah.
a part of me.
But
and
they
it-
would want to make it
yeah.
that story.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I was worried the headlines were like, cardiac kid makes good.
Oh
They're
my
like,
God.
oh, look at Miracle Child, does the snow.
That is so
Cardiac
true.
kid, they spell
Yeah.
cardiac with a K.
Yeah, it's a
From
And I
heart
didn't
failure
want
to
that.
heart throb
Yeah,
in
totally.
1440.
You see the titles.
That'll
you knew
be
it was
what we
coming.
put on our caption.
Yeah. And so it wasn't till the second Olympics I entered that I was like, okay, let's talk about it. I'm so thankful I did because
Yeah.
the response and the letters I got and the people.
Like, I'm really good friends with him. I can see the comfort he's getting knowing that his little boy could be you.
Totally.
Oh my God, this isn't a death
It
sentence.
can work
This
out
isn't-
okay.
Yeah.
And if I would have hid that, that wouldn't have been out there.
Yeah.
So I've had some amazing stories from people
I
telling
think
me.
it's time for you to tell people you have a 1-inch penis because I think that
That'd be
also would
helpful
be
for
so
people.
helpful. You know how many
Yeah,
people?
why don't you just do the right
yeah,
thing?
do the right thing and let's help some people.
That is funny though about identity because when it's you and you have no memory of it and it's just something you know as a story, it's not your identity, but it is your parents' identity. They had to deal with that anxiety and have that fear.
I would argue that that demonstrates what a construct your identity is. Because
Yeah.
that's actually his identity.
I know, but it's
his
not.
real identity is a kid who had his heart.
I
So-
know.
but that's not his identity. It is so bonkers.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't really think about the other side until I went on Kimmel because he was like, hey, I want people to know about this. They told us your name in the hospital.
Yeah.
We got to have you come in. I dropped everything, went on the show. And watching him tear up during his opening speech, I have chills thinking about it. All I could think about was my parents.
Yeah,
and I had never
exactly.
thought of them. I was like, shut up, Dad. You don't know. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, you know. And I was so harsh to them. You know, I could do it. I could do whatever. But I was just sitting there like, wow, okay, they just took this pristine baby and handed it off to be cut open and operated. You're just like, ugh. And I felt so much for my parents.
And you're going to have a whole second wave when you have a kid. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I didn't even realize this is how much you care about a
Yeah,
thing. This is a
yeah.
new feeling of care.
Yeah, no, totally.
you enter this world and you kind of think like, oh, I got to be inspirational. I got to tell people about my work ethic. I got to explain to people how to focus on a goal and visualize it. The most powerful thing you do is go, this is how I'm flawed. It's so fucking ironic. Like no one's ever going to tear up when you tell them about your incredible discipline training for a certain
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to alleviate this pain in them. Or you saying, yeah, I was really lonely and I ironically felt like an outcaster that I didn't belong at the skate park, at a fucking Academy Awards party, at all these places. I think that's the thing where you go, oh, thank God, man. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking normal.
And at the time, I mean, my family was that support group to that moment of like, well, I don't fit in at the park. Well, I had my family and they were so supportive. And the only reason I started snowboarding was because we went to the Big Bear Snow Summit outside LA here.
Slept in the van.
I had a family van. We ended up getting a motorhome later on to travel around and for all the competitions and stuff to make ends meet. But at this point, we went up there and my brother's like, I'm going to try this thing, snowboarding. And I had to do what he was doing. Soon enough, it was my brother, myself, then my sister, then my dad, then my mom. And so it became our family thing. Like, let's all go snowboarding together. And so that's how it became
It's just a family trip.
a family thing.
Your
It was
dad
like
was
our
a
fun
surfer,
family.
right? So he's already in the world of...
He loves surfing. So I'm named Shaun after Shaun Thompson, professional surfer, a South African surfer. Yeah.
Say they ever again?
South African.
See the again. So yeah, gangster parents, born into the right household. Here's a question I had for you. I'm of the belief you're born Shaun White or you're not. The combination of physically, you have a gift clearly, but the mindset, the lack of fear, all these little variables that come together. But I think even more, and I'll say this is where I think you differ from Hoffman and Tony Hawk. And I say this as a compliment. Tony's so laser focused, and he might as well have been Bill Gates learning how to code. He was just singularly focused in a very unique way. And I'd say Hoffman's that way as well. You have a different spin on it, at least from the outside, it seems like. It seems like you have the right dose of, I'll do this over and over again until I get it, but not the tunnel vision of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a mix because when I focus on something, I can get to it. But I always felt like there was a strategy to it. I was always playing chess. I was always thinking like, oh, well, I know this person's working on this new trick and they want to do it, but he's probably not going to make it. And then add the pressure. You know, I'd just clock everything. I'd be like, oh, he landed it 2 out of 5 tries. Now you add the pressure of the competition. He's probably not going to make that. Oh, okay, I'll put in this run first and then I'll put in this run second.
You talked about him. That's Ali.
Yeah.
Ali would look at George Foreman and he said, that guy punches much harder than me. He's stronger. He will kill me if I
He's
box
younger.
him.
Yeah.
I got to wear this guy out. How do I
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Not I'm going to outbox this guy. It's like I got to outthink this guy.
Yeah.
Well, and this is going to sound like a pejorative, and I do not mean it that way.
But you're
It's-
ugly as fuck.
No, never. No, but it seems like you go in figuring out
Ugly,
how to
tiny
win.
penis. It's
Yeah,
just getting harsh, guys.
Yeah, it's not very. It's all down.
We shouldn't even call it a penis, really. Good
More
sized clitoris.
hair and balls. There's
Nice big sack.
nothing else. Yeah.
A lot of bark, no
God.
bite. What were you about to say, Mom? I'm sorry.
That's how you know he's really intimidated by a person. He has to like take them down a couple pegs.
Yeah, I got to nag you because
Yeah,
you're
nice.
superior to me physically in all these ways.
No, it seems like you went in with the mentality of how do I win, not how do I be the best. And those are pretty much the same thing, but there's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
One takes a little bit more strategy and it makes you the best. It's all intertwined. I know this from cheerleading.
It just comes from when I was a kid. I mean, snowboarding wasn't what it is today. We were crazy people. They're like, you snowboard? Are you on drugs? It wasn't accepted.
I
We were
had the
snowboarders.
Burton 145 Elite with the V-tail. So I was literally on the first board of Michigan. And people were like, why are they riding plywood down there? What the fuck is that? Yeah, like no one had ever even seen it.
Yeah. And so to want to be a professional snowboarder was like, oh, you want to, I don't
Be the
know what
Usain
else.
Bolt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
professional yo-yo, like
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, trust me, there's a career in this. You'll see one day, you know.
You'll rue the day.
Yeah. And I was told I wasn't going to be shit forever,
Yeah.
you know? And so that combined with the fact that my brother's 7 years older than me, he's smarter, he's physically bigger. I couldn't win at anything. I was just like, I have to win. And now all these people are telling me amount to nothing. As long as I can remember, I just had something to prove. And winning was the path to get there. How can I one up my competition? How can I win? And then I got the taste of what I wanted. I won a snowboard contest. They put the medal on me and I was like, oh, I saw a future in the sport. And I always felt like I was playing the long game where it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, by the time I'm this age at this size and he's doing these tricks, that person may even retire by the time, like
or
I'll
be
be
declining.
Yeah. I always kind of had this roadmap of where I wanted my career to go, even at that young age. That's why I went pro at 13. It was like, okay, well, today's the day. You're either going to go for it or what are we doing? We're in the amateur division still. It's what are we going to do?
I really relate on the brother thing. It started as this huge inferiority thing. I think it's a good place to start from.
Well, exactly. I was trying to beat him. 7 years older,
Yes.
all his buddies at the skate park and at the snowboard park. And then I dropped down to my age division. I'm like, what, you guys aren't doing the double backflip yet? Oh my God.
Yeah.
And so I was just cleaning up in my division. I couldn't beat him. And then there was that awkward
what age
sort of...
did you dethrone him?
Probably around, I think
You
he
know
just
exactly
kind of...
the day. It was light rain. It was 61
Yeah,
degrees.
totally. We were at the half pipe at Big Bear, and I started dropping these hammers of tricks, and he was trying to do them as well. I was clicking them off, and he was just kind of not hanging with it. And I remember feeling,
A little sadness.
yeah, a little bit of like, oh, it's okay, kind of thing. Amazingly talented, though, by the way. So
Yeah, sounds like it if it took
yeah,
that
he was
long.
really good. And then it all switched. It was ping pong. It was all of it.
I fucked his girlfriend.
It's just like clockwork. I clicked into my zone or whatever.
I just destroyed him. I systematically
but,
destroyed him.
But he switched from being, hey, I want to be a professional snowboarder. He had his own sponsors. He was doing it. And he just realized it wasn't going to happen. I don't know if this day had any weight on it, but he just realized it wasn't going to happen. And he switched at that point from going professional to being my team manager.
Oh, no shit.
Because it wasn't cool to travel with mom and dad anymore at this point. I'm like 15, 16. I was just like, ugh, I could have family on the road with me, but not mom
so
and dad. And it was
nice.
awesome. And it
That's a
kept me
dream.
out of so much trouble. I mean, you touched on being born to be me or be great at something, achieve a certain success, but there's so much that gets in the way. And I always had my family with me. So my mom never went like, cool, I'm going to send my son off to this snowboard camp. Never.
Yeah.
They'd come with, I'd be a day camper. I'd just use a facility and I'd go stay with them. Or my brother's on the road with me, keeping me on track. There's all these things to like keep me
Would you
going.
go to Mount Hood when you were a kid?
Oh, every year.
Every year?
Yeah. So it's like our glacier. They've got snow year round up top and they do these summer camps.
My brother
up
had a
there.
seasonal ski shop up there.
Oh,
He would
okay.
drive his ski shop out from Michigan in a trailer, set it up there in the summer for that skiing,
Yeah.
and then drive it all back.
And it was lawless back then. It was crazy.
It's an Eden for fucking
Picture-
X-gamey kids.
Yeah, but picture maybe you in your 20s running a snowboard camp. Just
Yeah,
like,
yikes.
oh my God. People are like peeling out their cars. I remember shooting fireworks into a restaurant with all my friends. Like, it was crazy.
What's that cute little diner that was there? They had a Huckleberry pie. Was it
Huckleberries. It's called Huckleberries.
Yeah.
I shot
Roman
Roman candles into Huckleberries.
Okay, I was
And it was like,
immediately
oh, that was a great day. Like, you know what I mean? No one questioned it. Like, oh, that was hilarious. It was wild back then. It's
the-
a lot tamer now, thankfully.
It's
you
the
know?
modern equivalent of like joining the carnival.
Yeah.
Like everyone
Yeah.
there is like, so here's the thing, we're all nuts. That's why we
Yeah.
like this thing.
Hope to get a free T-shirt or stickers. Having kids eat cat food with the lid as fast as they can. Whoever finishes this cat
Whoever
food
cuts
first
their
gets
lip
the
off.
T-shirt. You know, it's just crazy. So my mom took a look and was like, no.
I'll buy you a fucking t-shirt.
No,
Yeah.
he's staying with us. So that was that guidance that they gave to me at that age. And at a certain point, I kind of had to just go on my own. The outside influence was very present. Like everybody was at the time was like really into hip hop. Everybody was all about being fresh and being cool and trying to floss and show your wealth. Bunch of poor snowboarders, trying their best. And at that point, I remember just wanting something different and being different. And it was always about being different to me and kind of doing my own thing. So like, I grew my hair out because every kid at school, every boy at school would show up. I think right when Ricky Martin and this fad to cut your hair short and spike
Yep.
with gel and then like bleach the tips,
Maybe
frost
some,
them, or
Frosted
that
tips.
was like the thing.
And maybe some steps in the shaved sides kind of a thing.
Why not?
Let me ask you this, because we've known many actors who were young and successful.
Yeah.
And it would be this insane, back to the stage hotel room thing. They go on a set, they were so appreciated. They did the thing they were great at. And then boom, back into ninth grade. And even maybe worse, people know you're in a movie,
Yeah.
and the tough dudes hate your guts because you're getting attention. Was there any of that, or did you do well in high school? You're so smiley, I imagine you did,
I did
all right.
pretty well. I was just kind of shy. Looking back, I pictured middle school. I did a bit of that, but I was traveling so much. I started doing independent study.
Okay.
And then high school was just where they kind of break you in for the real world. And they're like, look, you can't miss class. You can't whatever. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm going to Japan. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You need to help me. At this point, when I was 12, I was at whatever status on the airline.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Like
Your
you're
executive
yeah.
1K, you know?
Sapphire,
like,
platinum.
Yeah, like I'd already racked the miles. I was doing my thing.
always in first at 11.
Totally. I got kicked off a flight once because they're like, you're fraudulently flying under your dad's name.
No.
There's no way an 11-year-old could be a
A sapphire.
medallion. Yeah,
Silver
whatever.
medallion.
And so I got booted off the flight to Switzerland.
Gave Tonison Hawkison a ring.
Yeah,
and-
totally. Hey, but I need a help.
Hey,
Need a
bro.
lift. No, but so I go to my school and they're like, you know what? We'd love to help, but we don't find your sport legitimate.
Oh my.
We got
those
tennis,
people are-
we got horseback riding, we got ice skating, we got
Horseback riding.
yeah. They're like, these are the sports on the list. You're not on it. I'm sorry, we can't help you.
Oh my God.
And so at that point, at 13, I went pro. So that means you can start making money.
Yeah.
And I landed my first deal. I think my contracts ended and I actually I didn't negotiate. I mean, my parents or whatever negotiated this deal for me when I was
Your
14.
21-year-old brother manager.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my God.
We're going to need a retainer.
We want a hot tub
yeah, we
everywhere we
got-
go.
He wants his Bowflex. Yeah. So yeah, it was this major deal I landed, $1 million deal when I was 14. And I was
What
like,
is
okay.
that like?
That was really weird because I remember my mom came to me. She's like, you're a millionaire. And I'm just like 14. I was like,
Wow.
good. Okay, that's good. That's good, right? That's good. Yeah. I don't know what that
Can't
means.
even comprehend.
I don't know what that means.
Oh my
Cool.
God.
Well, that's good that that's out of the way. Like we don't have to worry about. I had no idea,
Yeah.
and I didn't want for anything. I was never
Yeah.
going to spend it. All I wanted was skateboards and snowboards, and I already had that for free. But when the school said I wasn't legitimate, I was like, well, it's
Yeah.
not what the
I beg to differ.
not the
That's not what my
contracts are
check
saying,
says.
and the
It's not what Uncle Sam says when I pay my taxes.
Yeah.
That's so
Which is
annoying.
harsh because you have no write-offs when you're a kid. You're just getting pummeled by taxes, and they have the Coogan account. My mom had me come up and do stunt doubling work in LA when I
Oh,
was a kid
really?
because I could skateboard and snowboard. And
What movies were you
I
in?
got booked to be a stunt double on the Disney show called The Jersey. Whoever had the jersey, they'd put it on while watching TV, and they would become whoever sports figure they saw on TV. I think it was a kid named Elliot who I stunt doubled for.
So you were even in SAG and you had
Yeah.
your own insurance at
Yeah, I had
13.
SAG, I had all that
You
stuff.
had a good insurance
Yeah.
policy. You were a millionaire.
Yeah, so
Oh
I had my flyer mile status.
No wonder your parents were really
On it.
strict
Oh
and
yeah.
on it.
So when the school district was like, "Look, we don't find you legit. We can't help." I was frustrated. All my friends went to that school. It was kind of brutal, but they were building this new housing development up in Carlsbad near the beach, and we love the ocean. It's even closer to the skate park. This was only like 5-minute drive to the skate park, and so I ended up buying a house. When I was 16 at the beach there, and the whole family moved in. The stipulation of the house is you had to live there, and then that qualified us for the new school district. We move into the house, and I was like, "Whoa, it's awkward if I take the masters." my parents, I gave them the master, and like. But because I didn't want the power struggle, and I would have felt uncomfortable in there.
Sure.
Yeah, so I actually shared a room with my brother.
In a house you own.
Yeah, so it was awesome. Just like nothing had changed. Just my name was on the title, you know.
Yeah.
And so I started doing independent study homeschooling from the local. I think it was their outreach program.
For
Their,
burnouts and pregnant girls.
pregnant teens,
Yeah,
and things,
yeah.
Millionaires,
and
skaters.
there were some other kids in there that had their own thing going. So I'd actually go in, and I had a teacher because my mom's like, I'm not dealing with this shit. Because you can tell me no, but you can't tell a stranger that you didn't do your work. I had to do the homework while I was on the road.
God,
and
what great parents.
yeah.
I can see how this thing with your brother being the tour manager works out without him having to do one thing, which is I think if you would have deployed me at 15 around the country, I would have picked out a persona. Like I would have picked out an identity. I'm a baller. Yeah, I drive a Mustang GT.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever my thing would be, right? I'd want to fucking show off. If I was stuck with my brother, he would just look at me like, what is this thing you're trying to do? It would anchor me. It would allow how far out you could go before you would feel insane or ridiculous.
Fraudulent.
Yeah. Or did you do it anyway?
No. That's what's so funny is I felt like the same person through and through
Right.
this entire time because I had the money to do those kind of things,
Yeah.
but I didn't. Like I said, the things I wanted, I had.
But I
Like,
think that's the power of your family
know?
having always been present.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
Not like that they were with you telling you, go to bed at this time, don't do that, don't do this, but just the mere fact that you
Yeah.
couldn't have deviated from who you
Yeah.
were so much without them going like, what
are you doing?
What's this shit?
Yeah.
It happened later though, actually.
Oh, good.
It was after the Olympics in 2006. I'm like, all right, I did it. And at that point, the normal trajectory of anyone growing up is like, well, I leave the nest and go to college. And then when I come back from college, I'm not going to go live with my parents. I'm going to get my own spot. And so at this point, I'm still living at my house with my family and I didn't want to uproot everyone. So I was like, I'll go get my own other home. And my mom was just so against it. She didn't want me to leave the nest and then realtors. And she's like, they're going to take advantage of you. They only want the commission. All these things. And so I buy this house and it's so funny the things that stick through, your lifetime. But I remember walking up to a car on the street and it was a Ferrari. And my mom's like, don't even look at that thing. Get away from it right now. Like, don't even put your fingerprint. You know what I mean? She's like, get. And I was so enamored by it because I was told to get away from it. And then I started seeing them.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, I would love a sports car. And then professional skateboarders all had these sick sports cars. They liked to race and do stuff. A guy named Bucky Lasik. And they all had these sick souped up Porsches and all these different cars.
Yeah.
And so I bought a Lamborghini. I bought
You had to. You
it was
had
the Murcielago, the LP 640.
Oh, that's a handful.
And it was a lot of car. I didn't know anything. I was just like, just driving this thing around. It's so low to the ground. I'm scratching the thing up. And anyways,
There's a generic, like every dude wants a Ferrari, but I believe people can get a car that really perfectly represents who they are. Of course, I think that. I'm a car nut. But like Monica, she drives the car that's just, it's her. It's understated. It's an AMG. C43, so it's like, oh, that's got kind of big wheels. Oh, those are big brakes. Blah, blah. And then secretly, fast as fuck. But not flashy. It's her. It's small and powerful, and you might
He
underestimate
picked it
her.
out.
okay.
So for you, I'm like, I'm the goddamn flying red tomato. The Ferrari, if there's ever been a car that's the flying red tomato, it's a fucking Ferrari. This thing represents me. Or the fucking Bull, the Lambo. I mean, it's right there.
I remember test driving them both, and I just thought that the seats were more comfortable
In the Lamborghini.
And thank God it was Tiptronic because I didn't know how to drive stick. So I get the car, and then everybody started to trip out on me. The frustrating part for me was they're like, oh, he's becoming Mr. Flash. I could have done that
So many
at
years ago.
14. I'm 19, almost 20 now. I thought, why am I working so hard? Wasn't it to buy a nice big house? And you strive for these things and you finally get them and you don't realize. When I bought the big house, I was like, oh, you got to have a big house, biggest house on the block. And then I remember getting in there. This giant house is empty. There's no furniture. I thought there was a warehouse full of furniture. No, you have to order that shit. 6 months I'm in that thing. I'm walking around with a butter knife. There's creaks and cracks and I'm
Lonely and
terrified.
scared.
Coming home from big events, and I'm just sitting there on the like, well, the couches aren't here yet, and I guess, and it was just a weird time.
We all wrap a whole fantasy based on one thing. So I have to imagine you had an idea of what winning a gold medal in the Olympics would be, like how you would feel.
Oh, totally.
And then you get on the other side of that a week after the press stops, and there's actually no sustained feeling. So then your mind kind of goes, what's missing? Oh, I'm supposed to enjoy myself. I got to get a house. You just start trying to figure out what the missing thing is, and you start filling that with objects or things you associate with this level you've gotten to. You almost got to burn through all those and you're still stuck with yourself. And then you go, oh, okay, so it must be something different.
Yeah, it is really. And it's hard to tell a 20-year-old, no, actually, this is what you should do. And I was upset because I was like, well, why aren't you happy for me?
Yes.
Why aren't you
Yeah.
in full support of this? You earned it. You deserve it. Get the great car, get the house. We'll come over. There was this awkwardness between the family and I. And then that was the weird part because that family unit, that was kind of fading. So that was like a really turbulent time in my life, which is really wild to think that I just won the Olympics. Everything's going my way. And like you said, the picture in my mind was that it wasn't that I had won, we had won. The family, because they were told they were crazy too. They had to call in sick for work. My mom and dad took a loan on the house. They did all these things. And I just became the Olympic gold medalist. I'm getting major contracts, all these things. I can afford the house. I can afford the car. We can afford all this stuff. And I thought that's what we all wanted and strived for. And I finally got it, and everybody's not happy. And so that was this weird breakdown. God, and now I'm not happy. And what do I do? What do I do? You know what I should do? Should win the Olympics again.
I have an
That'll
idea.
fix everything.
Yeah, of course.
So that started that, oh, well, all I got to do win it again. And I poured my efforts into that. And it was a wild time. I actually slept on so many couches. I didn't want to go home. I didn't want to deal with it. I was like, the gardener's there and he's trying to sell me. I shit you not. He was like, all right, it's only $50,000, but it's lasers that will detect if there's movement. I was like, why is there, these brown spots? He's like, oh, it's the rabbits. The rabbits are peeing in the yard. And for only $50,000, we'll get these tracker lasers. And when the rabbits come on, they'll sense and it'll turn on the sprinklers and they'll scare them away.
Fully
I had a
automated.
lot of that going on. Like, you're going to want the full king-size canary palm. It's only $20,000, but we'll crane it in.
Yeah, that's scary. It's like,
was
who's
scary.
taking advantage of me?
Super scary.
Yeah.
And so it was this turbulent time. And then a lot of that stuff didn't really get addressed. And then I won the next Olympics. So it was all kind of waiting there after the second Olympics for me. But I was ready for it that time. Probably after the Sochi Olympics is when I started to realize the come down and like, I need to prepare for this.
What are your mechanisms to deal with the post-Olympic blues?
Sort of blues. Obviously, winning doesn't solve any problems, and especially with relationships. And that was a hard lesson to learn because I was like, oh, I built this incredible skill set of isolating the issue, solving the problem, and winning. And you cannot take that into the rest of your life. With your girlfriend. It's different territory. And so just knowing it was coming helped a lot.
Well, the most painful thing is feeling unique in your suffering, and it's only you. And there's so if you're unique in it, who are you going to ask for help from? Because they won't understand.
And at this point, I don't know any athletes. Part of it was that I always felt like I didn't necessarily belong in this sport. I'd watch the X Games or I'd watch these big competitions, and the commentators like, "Oh, we got this guy." And they're like, really aggro and very broski and that kind of style. And I just never really felt like that was who I was. Like I grew up away from the resorts. I've never lived in the mountains my entire snowboarding career. I would show up, do my thing, and leave. And so all of a sudden they're like, "You're the king." And I'm like, wow, I'm the king of all this.
I relate so much to you. My hobbies are the motorcycle track, the sand dunes in my sand car. It's so interesting that everything I'm drawn to seems to come with, like you're saying, aggro. Any video I want to watch, I have to turn the sound off because I don't want to hear the fucking terrible, shitty punk rock music on it. Like, why is that the vibe? Why isn't it, this is fun, bring your family, let's be friends?
But if you show up and you're the king of it,
that's fascinating.
if you're the one guy that represents all of those others
that you don't feel connected to.
And I at times didn't. At times I did and times I didn't. And then as my career went on, I was like, well, shit, I was living in New York for a couple months and everybody's wearing black and they're dressing this way, or I'm in Japan, and I picked up these different styles and things. And then I remember going to a press conference and I wore a blazer, really casual thing, but in the lineup of Monster logoed sweatshirts and Red Bull, I looked like I was going to the Met Ball. And they're like, oh, Shaun dressed up. Well, whatever. Like, this is who I am. This is what I'm into. Why don't I lean into it? And then I started really dressing the way I wanted to. But it all went into this sort of on and off hill persona that I had for myself that differed from others. And I liked being different. I liked being on my own program. I feel like later on in life, I really missed out on a lot not having athletic friends. Right when I saw Michael Phelps speak, I was like, oh my God.
I could have talked to him.
Wow, I didn't. Okay, this makes so much sense. And it's awkward because I don't follow traditional sports.
Right.
My dad didn't take me to the ball game.
Yeah.
It just wasn't our thing. We would snowboard. So now in life, it's so uncomfortable. Like I go to the SB Awards. Oh my God.
Yeah, you don't know
I
one thing.
don't know anybody. And I'm like, you.
Oh, yeah. Talking like the number
You
one
are
baseball
correct.
player in
Yeah, I
America,
know,
and you have no
it's
idea.
so uncomfortable, and I feel so bad because I respect them
Of course.
tremendously.
You just don't
It's just
know.
not your
But
world.
I just don't know. But they
Yeah.
do know me, and so I feel bad
Yes.
not being able to reciprocate. So now I bring my one buddy.
Sports buddy.
Yeah,
That's
you
just
can
like,
whisper in your
oh
ear.
my God,
Yeah.
that David John, he just got signed over there. Oh, that guy over there. Like, you know what I mean?
That's smart. I was gonna say maybe pick up a Sports Illustrated like just the week before.
Yeah,
just leaf through it.
Honestly, I would have the PR person print me out the who was expected to do what, at least so I'd have a talking
Yeah.
point or two. Because the worst is being caught in it.
Well, because they're gonna ask you whatever hot sports drama is going
Oh,
on
yeah.
the red carpet. They're gonna be like, "What do you think?
Yeah,
of
what do you
David
think of
Barron's
this?"
getting
I'm like,
barred for 3 games?"
That is wild.
I can't
That's
believe
wild.
it. I have opinions.
Yeah, the Miami Heat's gonna be upset. Like he plays for the Sixers. Oh, you're like, oh shit.
This is one of Vincent D'Onofrio's best bits. If you're in a movie with him, all he does behind the scenes is talk about sports. He doesn't know anything about sports. So let's go, like I always say, you're down 10-7 on the pitch and you got to throw the shoe and you got to make it ring. And he just tries to make it sound, like just a lot of snippets he's picked up of sports cliches, but he doesn't know what any of them mean.
Gotta throw the long ball. You gotta dig in the
Air
pitch.
it out.
You gotta,
You got to air it out. Hail Mary,
You
something.
can't just bone it in.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, HP, for supporting this episode. Parents, you've got enough on your back to school list right now. Ink cartridges do not need to be on it. They just don't. The HP Smart Tank printer uses a refillable ink tank and comes with up to 3 years of ink included. It's the last printer you'll ever need. To learn more, search HP Smart Tank.
This episode is supported by Helix.
So I've had my Helix mattress for a few years now, and I still love it just as much as the first night. That says a lot because a good night's sleep is very important to me.
Sleep is everything. And what's great about Helix is that it's not a guessing game with finding the right mattress because they have over 20 models, so you can find the one that actually fits how you sleep. And with that summer heat upon us, Helix has cooling upgrades that can get you the best rest even on hot nights.
I have a Helix Midnight Luxe mattress. I really like the level of firmness it has, but that might not be right for you. They have so many options, and you just go take the quiz, and it is perfectly matched for your needs, which is incredible. I also highly, highly recommend the cooling upgrade, especially in the summer. It makes your sleep so much better. If you're still tossing and turning on a mattress that's not working for you, just trust us on this one.
Go to helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/armchair. We are supported by Auto Trader. All right, if you've been putting off car shopping because it sounds like a whole thing, buying your car online on Auto Trader makes it way easier, really. You can shop tons of cars online, compare prices, check financing and trade-in options, all from wherever you are. And if you want to start online and go to the dealership for a test drive, you can do that too, really. What I like is the flexibility. Start online, finish at the dealer, or the other way around. Your info stays with you, so you're not starting the process from scratch. Plus, you're working with local dealer listings, so you've got real people helping behind the scenes. And when you're ready, you can pick up your car or have it delivered. Really. Buy your car online on Auto Trader. Really.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
So you seem very well diversified in your interests and what you're into. You have a clothing line, White
Space. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
And that's this year?
It's coming out this fall. It'll
my
be
God.
snowboards. It'll be activewear and outerwear. I launched it around this last Olympics, and we put up some boards for pre-sale online, and we're almost sold out of everything.
Nice.
Oh, that's
It's
wonderful.
so cool just
That's
to
awesome.
support, because I've ridden for sponsors my entire life. Created lines with them, product development, got involved in the marketing, got involved with everything. And I was like, wow, that was such a learning experience to do my own thing now. Because as an athlete, I feel like it's my job to best fit their mold that they've made, but
Yep.
still be myself. But when you're starting your own mold and building it from the beginning, so there's some amazing things that we were able to do out the gate. I was snowboarding up at Mammoth Mountain, and I look over and there's this guy riding in like head to toe Louis Vuitton.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
And I'm
Wow.
like, that's an interesting choice. Never seen that before. And I was like, holy shit, that's Virgil. He's an amazing designer. He does Off-White. He did Louis Vuitton, all these amazing things. He unfortunately passed away recently. Yeah. It's
OD'd or
incredibly
COVID or-
sad. No, I think he suffered from cancer. No one really knew.
And he was
But,
like one of the only black fashion
Icons.
Yeah.
icons
Yeah.
currently. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Running
was
a house.
everywhere. Rumor has it
Oh,
he
I
was
know who you're
like,
talking about now.
I think he started out as like Kanye's assistant. And
Really?
then he
I didn't know
became,
that.
yeah, Drake says it like, Virgil got this paddock on my wrist. He's everywhere.
Okay.
And so I run into him on the mountain. We start talking. I call him up to pick his brain about, hey, I'm starting a company. You've done it before. You know, I've got access to this legend. Let me
Yes, that's amazing.
pull some
Yeah.
inspiration from him. And I started talking about my line and what I'm doing. He's like, I love the name, because the name, obviously White, my last name, but
Yeah.
White Space is a blank canvas.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
love
It's
that.
when you're a gap in the market, a space waiting for something new to be brought. And he's like, I love it. This is great. Why don't you lean into this and the designs? We were talking. And then I'm like, look, I don't want to levy our friendship here, but I have to send you this thing because ages ago, I love luggage. I had designs made to have a Louis Vuitton snowboarding trunk made.
Oh, yeah.
I want it because I love music. I want the guitar case. So I slap it down, I open it up, and it's everything that I would need to play the gig or do the contest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it came from Face Off, the movie.
Oh, well, yeah.
When Cage opens up it's got the guns and the sunglasses and the gum.
Turnkey bad guy
Yeah,
kid.
you're like, okay, I want to show up to the mountain, slap it down, open up my gear.
Yeah.
Here we go. And so he's just like, oh my God, I love it. We're actually doing all this other stuff with LV. I ended up doing this amazing collaboration with him around the Olympics. So we made a whole set of Louis Vuitton luggage, a snowboard trunk, guitar case. We have a white stripe that goes down the base of our boards. That's like the signature call out. And we put that on the case with the LV and all this stuff.
God, cool.
And it's heartbreaking, you know, because he
Yeah.
passed away during this. So he actually didn't get to see the finished product.
Oh, boy.
So I'm so proud of having this,
Yeah, how
luggage, and
special.
yeah, it's so amazing. But I didn't have to run that up the corporate ladder. You vibe with what I'm doing, and we're both in the same, like, let's work together, let's collaborate. And so there's things like that. And then the obvious of, I've been snowboarding my whole life, to put all the expertise into a board or a jacket,
yeah,
like
yeah,
what
yeah.
you could use on the mountains. But it's been fun. And the whole line and everything's been designed by my brother and I. So what I didn't mention earlier is my brother became my team manager. And then while we were on the road together, sponsors like, we want you to have a signature snowboard. Well, what are we going to put on it? And I asked
Right.
my older brother, we want a Shaun White signature snowboard boot. I'm like, okay, cool. But like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, yeah.
Ask my brother. And he was coming up with these great ideas. And at the end, I was like, why don't you just do it? So he took a stab at designing a snowboard boot for me. And we kind of ripped a bit of the Chanel quilted puff print and
Oh,
put it on
yeah.
the sides of the boot, which no one had ever really done in the sport.
Yeah. Putting like high fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It blew off the shelves.
Wow,
Everybody was
that's
after
awesome.
it. And
I want
super
that.
comfortable. They were amazing. Then came the helmet, then the snowboarding outerwear line, then the women's women's line, then the kids line. And he quickly became my in-house design team.
Oh my God.
And we created these product lines together. We had a bit of parting ways. It wasn't really a big fallout, but he was going through things in his life and I was being a bit of a shit. I was in my 20s, partying. And we just stopped working together and we teamed back up to do this project.
That's so
and it has been...
You got the band back together.
It's been awesome.
Oh, I mean,
it's just like when we were young. We haven't skipped a beat. The designs are killing it. Everything's fun. And I'm like, this thing could burn. It could sink and crash and burn. And I'd be so pumped to just be spending this time with my brothers.
It's not hard to imagine that your brother had to have at some point wanted to do something that was unrelated to you. The initial separation, you being an asshole aside. I don't know how your brother felt, but I could see the desire to do something unrelated to you for a minute.
I don't know. I mean, I know that we had tremendous success. And so with that, we were like, well, why would you want to go do anything else? We have the best-selling sunglass here. We have this amazing kids line that's blowing out the shelves. We got all this stuff going on. At a certain point, it was just the daily grind of it was starting to get a lot, and I wasn't as available, and he's going through his stuff. I imagine there would be something there. Even to just do what he did in the beginning was kind of mind-blowing to me, and I didn't understand it because he left his career to go support my career, and every bone in my body was like, it's about me winning.
Yeah.
You know, and
if I don't win, we don't have anything. Yeah.
And maybe that was that killer inside that didn't recognize what he was doing. Like,
Well, you were so young too. You didn't really have the faculties to be able to be like, he's sacrificing his whole...
I didn't get it.
Also, somewhat rightly so, the whole thing is based on the back of you being a champion. So your number one goal has to be, I have to stay relevant and I have to stay great. And then all the other stuff comes after that. That is a defendable position to have. The golden goose is you being 23 feet in the air and landing.
And he could do any trick you could think of on a snowboard, but you put the camera on him or you put him in a contest situation, he wouldn't deliver.
Right.
But I was the opposite. That was that one key difference.
Just the run 3. Your career has really been defined by run 3. So many times you're like, oh my God, I can't believe he's not going to win this. I'm thinking, well, I would have my worst run at this moment. I'm done.
I do like the bases loaded sort of last.
2 strikes.
My mom's like, you always do this to us. You always do this. I turn it on when it has to happen. And it's always been like, I don't want this. I need this. And it has to happen. So when people are like, well, can't believe you did that. And I was like, I had to.
What else was I going to do?
What else was there? There's no other option.
Full send.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
And that sort of mindset change, I'm like, well, if I'm doing it, I better give it my all. It's like anything. If you're like rallying and ping pong or you're doing something and you're playing or you've hit the right gear and you're just, I know I'm making a good time on this lap. I better keep up the pace. That momentum builds, and through my run, I start to feel it.
I'd imagine you're Bruce Lee at that point. It's like you're in a state of flow. You hit the first 2 and you're like, oh, now I'm going to sail through the rest of this.
Yeah. And it starts at the top. You cue up the song you want. They play music or you do certain things and you got that little repetition you do of, oh, this is what I say. This is what I ate. This is the high five I give. Yeah. And it's so funny because the coaches that are there, they got to be just stone. You can't show the nerves or emotion. And I'm looking at them and they're just kind of brushing me off like, yeah, go do it.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever.
God.
And so that's that kind of attitude up there at the top. And then I start to go and it builds.
You couldn't have known that the post-Olympics lulls were coming till you experienced them. I have to imagine you have a game plan. Retirement is so tricky for any human being. And I think it's compounded when you're at the height you were at. It's compounded by the fact that you're young. You know, it's not like you're going to hang with your grandkids now in Florida and golf 3 days a week. I want to know that you've identified who your Phelps is and that you're talking to that person. You need Michael Jordan's number. Or you need, I don't know, we got to put
Dwayne Wade.
I already
We
thought
love
of it.
Dwayne Wade.
I got
so
it.
I can't call Tom Brady?
No, that motherfucker's back.
He's an unreliable retirement
Tom, you're
partner.
killing me here.
TB12. It's the red tomato. No, the person I was going to suggest, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it immediately. I think it's on HBO, the 4-part Magic documentary. Magic Johnson.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You of all people have to watch it yesterday.
Okay.
Because his thing was, it just got taken from him. Zero preparation. He's at the height of his powers. and he gets diagnosed with HIV.
Oof.
So he's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Mentally, he's not even preparing. This is like an 8-year out thing, maybe. And to watch how that dude navigated it should be a textbook.
Wow. Okay. No one called me into an office and was like, hey, so it's over. I got to choose. I got to be like, you know what? The back's starting to hurt. I'm not as motivated as I was, certain signs and tells and things. And I got to choose. So I started to kind of prepare for that. I mean, the company was something I'd always wanted to do, and it just finally lined up. And then obviously perfect timing with my retirement. So I had that going. And then the other factors that you can't really, you could go play like Tom Brady. Like you go, what do? Do you go to the local YMCA and do a pickup game?
Right.
Or do you, at least I can go
Yeah.
snowboard and skateboard
you're
and
like
have a
Tony
great
still.
time. I talked to Tony about it. He's like, oh my God, I retired when I was 32 and I wish I would have retired sooner. Obviously, he did enough competing to be the greatest and to be that. But he's like, I skate harder than I have when I was younger. I'm still doing it. I'm still involved in the sport. I'm still doing all these things. So you can't really call it retirement. People like to throw that word on it, but it's just something new. It's changing. It's different. My mom, I was happy with one gold. They didn't like, what was the rest of this?
Yeah.
And so that was just stuff that I had to prove to myself.
Well, the one thing that you have the advantage of, weirdly, is it's a lonelier sport in general. It's an individual sport. You don't have a team. I guess when you have the Olympics, you're on Team
I don't want to
USA.
cut you off, but I have to pee so
Oh my
badly.
God.
No,
Yeah.
I've been plugging this.
No, we're going long.
No, you're great. My answers will be so much better now.
Oh no, you should have told us earlier.
No, you're good. I was in it.
We met like 10 years ago at
Okay.
Lollapalooza.
Oh, no way.
We rode a golf cart together.
Oh shit, was I there performing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Harry played with you, right?
Yeah. So we showed up there and they were like, look, here's the offer. You can come, there's Lollapalooza and there's Kidsapalooza. We'd like you to come play the kids area.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, fuck it. Like, a gig is a gig, let's go play it. And at that point, I was just kind of like, why should we get any offers? Because I'm in the band. We should be like grinding it out like any band. So we played the kids stage. And then right after that, one of the bands that was there put a sign out that said, our art will not be displayed here. And then the crowd trashed their set and everybody was, mad and they left town. And it was like out of a movie. They're like, we need a band to play the main stage at this time. And we're like, we're a band. And they put us on. And I'm like, holy shit. And they can't change the time slots. Like they couldn't just move one of the bands already on it up because everybody's got the time going, well, if I hit this band, then I can come here and see this band. So the band Heim, the sisters, they played and then we closed it out, our group.
My friend was running that stage.
Oh, okay, the Grove stage. It was so sick. And we played the best show of our lives. We get done with it, and like any dream you've ever had when you ever pick up a guitar, the crowd chanting one more song. And so they start chanting one more song. We hear one more song. One more. And I look over, I was like, we don't have another song.
Which one do you want to hear a second time?
But yeah, they're like, play the first one again, so we go back out there. I remember being there the year before and watching the Black Keys play that stage, that time slot. And I remember thinking, oh my God, to be a rock star and to be on that stage, and
Hear them
looking out at the
chanting.
crowd, what would that be like? And all I could think of was that moment in my head when I was up there playing, and all I went is like, there are so many fucking bugs. Because you're out at night in Chicago in the summertime. The bugs that were just flying into my mouth while I'm trying to sing and play. But I'm here watching them go, that's gotta be the dream. And they're up there just like the bugs.
That makes me think of your episode of The Bachelor.
Oh my God, yeah, where they're breaking up and there's just
so many
mosquitoes
bugs.
and they're
Oh,
just-
It's
no.
those
They're
romantic.
just crying.
Yes.
Oh my God. I hope you appreciate that you got a really good role in the sim.
Yeah, the simulation.
You've been a
Oh,
rock
yeah.
star, a
Yeah,
skateboarder.
I do think of that sometimes.
That doesn't happen to
Like
anybody.
a lot of really cool things just happen to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Malcolm Gladwell. I remember reading his book and thinking about my life. I think it was Tipping Point, and it just so happened that I grew up where I would ride Big Bear and Snow Summit. Now, they're not the best resorts. They're just
Yeah.
what's the closest, right? And at the time, huge resorts like Aspen and these places, they didn't want snowboarders really around. This mountain was like, we'll take your lift ticket sales. Come on over.
Yeah.
Here, take the whole west ridge of the mountain. So there's a run called West Ridge, and it was all rails and jumps. And it was a whole snowboarding park. Mountains just didn't have that at the time. So boom, there's the facility. Taking my life compared to someone that grew up on the East Coast or somewhere where you're supposed to grow up to become a professional snowboarder. And I'm thinking, wow, the amount of days that I actually rode compared to this kid were twice as many. The conditions were sunny, it was warm, the snow was soft, and I'm not going to get hurt if I try tricks. And then I just so happened to have the best park. And the guy that was building the park, his name was Chris Gunnarsson. He now builds all of the major competition parks and for X Games, all the major
No
events.
Wow.
He got his start there. At the half pipe, they had a tow rope, which is basically like two wheels with a wire with little handles on it, and you grab on and it'll tow you up. Not only am I riding more days than someone growing up on the East Coast, but for that person to ride the half pipe, unbuckle his board, and hike to the top, or
Stand in
he takes a
line.
chairlift
Yeah.
all the way to the top and rides all the way down. I got to do probably like
Hot laps.
hot laps. Like
Yeah.
20, let's say 5 runs to every 1 run that he
Wow.
got. And there's a lot of those just so happens. You touched on what that perfect storm was to be me. There were all those factors. And then the major fact is that I wanted it.
Yeah.
I wanted it so badly because people were telling me I couldn't have it or I wasn't going to be enough. And I had to not only prove them wrong, but then I had the facility there to really work on. And so I didn't grow up in the mountains. We would drive up. I basically realized that even though a lot of the kids were a lot better than me at the time because they lived there, they burnt out. We live here. Have you been to Disneyland recently?
Yeah,
Have you been to SeaWorld? Well,
Right.
let's not talk about SeaWorld, but
Yeah.
you don't go because you live here.
Yeah.
It's like asking New Yorkers, you go to the Statue of Liberty?
Right.
Hell no, because I live here. I see it. I got it every day.
It's
So
not
they just
novel.
burn out, but I didn't get it. I only had it on the weekend. So I would go up every weekend and go, oh my God, I've been dreaming of trying that trick.
All
and I'd be
week.
there from when it opened till it ended. And so I felt like I was getting these spurts of improvement where a lot of my competitors fizzled out.
Yeah. That makes a ton of sense.
And then the older brother factor. And then the fact that snowboarding was a booming sport at the time. It took
Yeah.
off. I mean, X Games had just started and it was so lame when it began. They had like downhill snow mountain bike races and shovel races where you sat on like ice climbing wall, like these weird.
It was way more of like
Random-
an MTV spring breaky vibe. or
Pauly
something.
Shore hosted it.
Oh, there
wow.
you go.
Pauly. So a lot of those things built into that. And then there was the I really want it factor.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
This is a sincere question. How much is the red hair in that story?
I think it's pretty relevant in there just because I was really the only redhead at my school. So I was different.
Yeah.
And then I was the only one in my community that snowboarded.
It can give you a nice little useful chip on your shoulder, I think.
Yeah, well, I was just unique. And people made fun of me for having red hair, but I didn't really care. But I liked being unique. I thought it was cool. And then I did unique things. And all of a sudden I had a knack for stuff. And I remember very early on that kids in my neighborhood, I could just do things that they couldn't. We find some 2x4, they're building the local track development nearby and you're stealing the lumber.
Yeah.
And
the
you're building
scraps,
little
launch
scraps
ramps
and
stuff.
building launch ramps and
Yeah.
stuff. And I could, for some reason, just eyeball it and go a little bigger. I kind of knew. And then doing things that my friends were like, there's no way I'm doing that. But I would do it and feel confident about it and go, oh, I could do it even bigger. I don't know how I convinced my parents and the neighboring parents to allow this to happen, but obviously Evel Knievel was big in my world, and I would line up the children in the neighborhood.
Oh my God.
And jump over them on my bike.
Yes.
Because that was my first mode of transportation.
Did you
in
ever race
skateboarding.
BMX?
No, but I would have loved to. That was something
that was
where
my
I
childhood.
loved jumping bikes. And so that was my early beginnings. And then my parents embraced that.
Yeah.
They were having a sale on trampolines at Costco. So my mom and dad come home one Christmas with a trampoline.
Yeah.
And so I was hooked. It was hard to get in the air on my bike. Now it's just right there. You tie the towel around your neck like you're a superhero. You get the cape
What?
towel move and
Yeah.
the sheet. And I'm trying double black flips and all these things. And I was so confident flipping and spinning in the air. And then one of the locals had a skate ramp in their backyard and they were getting rid of it. And we were like, we'll take it.
Another impossible thing.
Yeah.
No one
So-
ever offered me a ramp.
Boom. It came with a catch though.
Oh.
The reason why they didn't want the ramp, which they didn't tell us, is that it got out that they had a skate ramp.
And there's kids
and
are in your
just the
backyard.
kids
yeah.
just showing up and
Yeah.
throwing parties. Now, everybody realized the ramp hadn't gone. it had just moved.
Uh-huh.
And we have a jacuzzi. And we were, you know what I mean? And my brother would be bragging at school, yeah, we're going to go to Mammoth this weekend. Yeah. And they're like, oh, no way. What time you guys leaving? Oh, that's cool. And then you see him putting the chairs down in the cars when we're leaving to hide. You know, they go set up lights and have all night parties in our house and break
get
windows.
knocked
Yeah,
up.
just crazy shit. And we're getting the cops called on us. We were that house in the community that was just the terror.
party house.
And the kids would come over and people getting hurt and shooting skateboards through the windows. And the setup for the trampoline was the worst. There was a trampoline on the backside area. It was all a row of glass windows.
Oh my God.
Then there was cement to the left of it.
Sure.
Right in front was a giant rose bush.
Oh, Christ.
And then the skate ramp to the right.
Oh my God.
I landed in that rose bush all the time. It's the worst. Just stuck in the.
Because these are old school trampolines, not the ones
Yeah.
with the nets now.
Oh,
No,
God.
no. My dogs jumped on there and chewed the protective mat. So
Oh, sure.
those were gone after
Yeah,
a week.
yeah.
And now it's just springs.
Landing in spring.
Oh yeah. And then so my brother's double bouncing me and I'm doing the
Oh,
flips
yeah.
and I landed face first in one of the springs and cut my nose open. I had to get stitches in here and yeah.
Which, by the way, didn't you get 64 stitches in your face on one of the
Oof,
snowboarding?
yeah.
Where is this scar?
I lucked out. It split pretty well. And then I cut through my forehead and then I bit through my tongue, which I still can't really feel the tip of my tongue. I was hoping that was going to come back. It's still kind of numb.
How long ago was that?
2017. It was 2 months before the qualifying of the 2018 Olympics.
Well, I have great news for you. I was wrestling my friend drunk back in Michigan in the snow at Christmas time. I had him in a headlock and he couldn't get out and he bit through my shoulder and I couldn't feel my thumb for, I bet, 7 years. And I was like, that's a wrap on that thumb. I'll just never be able to feel that thumb. There wasn't even like a day I noticed. It's just all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I can feel my thumb again. It totally came back.
Oh, okay.
I'm holding
so
out hope.
one day I'll
Just
be
be like,
eating some sushi. And
Yeah.
Man, that was a tough day though. That was brutal. I'm in New Zealand. I'm training. Everything's going my way. They're pumping the right music at the half pipe. The sun's out. Everybody's doing their thing. And I'm cranking these tricks out. I'm on fire. But the one wall that I was going to try this new trick on, I'd learned the trick on the opposite wall. Now I needed it on this wall to complete the run. It was the last missing piece. I'd been putting it off, procrastinating, waiting for the best time to do it. And I'm like, it's now or never. Let's go for it. And right when I took off, it's like anything, you know, if you jump on a bike and you're like, oof, I should have given it a little more gas on the takeoff, or you feel the nose start to dip, whatever, shooting a basketball, kicking a soccer ball. You just know when it's
Immediately.
wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm flying through the air and I'm 20 something feet up. It was very Talladega Nights. Oh my God, I'm flying through the air. This isn't good. You know, everything's slow. I come around and sure enough, I'm like 4 feet over the deck of the half pipe. The money spot is to land just inside the wall. It's really bad to land on top and it's really bad to pull out too far and land in the bottom because like you said, you're dropping like 30 feet or more.
Yeah.
And so I clipped the top, but the issue was I now clipped and I bounced 22 feet to the bottom.
You basically hit twice. You fell 20
Yeah,
feet to
I
the
hit the
deck.
top,
Then you
yeah.
fell another however many feet.
Honestly, thankfully, that's kind of what happened because if I would have gone the 30 feet down to my face, that's
Yeah.
when things go really, really wrong. Look at me, I'm like, yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Silver lining,
I
as you
clipped
tell
the-
all your
yeah,
loved ones.
totally.
Yeah.
I clipped the
Yeah.
top, I bounced to the bottom wherever the sun is shining at that particular time of day. It was not on this wall. This was the icy wall. So I clipped the bottom and I just felt my face hit. And I remember kind of going, ooh, that was bad. And I don't remember being knocked out because I've been knocked out a lot. And I was so mad. I was pissed because I knew exactly what I did wrong. And whenever that happens, I get fired up.
You wanna go
do it
immediately,
again. I want to
yeah.
immediately go do it again and
Yeah.
right the wrong. I mean, even contests that I've lost, I'm steaming and I hike to the top to go do the run that I'm like, I'm not going to let this beat me. But anyway, so I come up, I'm dazed and just the blood starts pouring down my face. And my coach, JJ, comes running up and I'm like, how bad is it? You know what I mean? And he just looks at me and he just looks away and he's like, oh, you're going to be fine. We'll get you down to there. And I'm like, dude, look at me. How bad is it? And he's like, he looked away again. He said, you got a bit of a gash. And I could feel something on the side of my face. And that turned out to be my lip was over there. And then the tongue was kind of hanging a bit.
You look like one of those crazy dogs.
Yeah,
Teeth everywhere,
Yeah.
tongue over here,
Totally.
looks backwards.
Like I shoot on a grenade. And so
my
Rushed to the
God.
hospital. I had to get helied there. The hospital's a pretty loose term in New Zealand. You're like, you can't go here for that. You got to go to there. I'm in the hospital. And that was a wild experience because I had not delivered the performance I wanted at the Olympics before that. So this was my big comeback to win it again.
Into 18.
Into 18. So
Yeah.
I lost 2014. Here we go, 2018.
Yeah.
And the reason why I lost in 2014 is that I just lost that love. I lost the
Yeah,
drive.
yeah.
I had been winning all the contests leading up. I'm standing there with the winning hand. I just couldn't play it. Beating against the wall, just forcing myself to do something wasn't going to work anymore. And that pulling from that inspiration of, I got to be the best, that's dried up.
Yeah.
I've been doing it. I've been delivering.
The second win is going to be, I got to prove this wasn't a fluke.
Exactly.
So that's
And cemented
hugely
in.
motivating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like that's going to put a nice
And we
bow.
talked about the Mike Tyson and Muhammad
Yes,
Ali.
yes.
Like, I won with my first run, and then I got what's called the victory lap. And
Yes.
instead of just waving to the crowd, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to show them what I'm really made of.
that it wasn't bullshit.
So I dropped this run, and I did this big trick called the double make twist 1260. Never been done before. I invented it, and I didn't have to do it, and I bumped my score up even more. And
Because you'd already won, right?
he had
It
already
was on a
won,
third-
but I
yeah.
wanted to just show what I was capable of. And I'd been getting injured doing that trick. So I nailed it. And no one knows trick names. The 1625 with the roast beef sandwich, like everyone knew this name. I was on Oprah and she's like, the double McTwist 1260, that was an incredible trick. Everyone knew it. The only reason I think people know is it kind of sounds like something you'd order at McDonald's.
does.
You
Well,
know?
also the McTwist is a skateboard thing originally, right?
Exactly.
Is it McGill, Mike McGill?
Mike McGill. So we
Yeah.
kind of borrowed that. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the same trick on snow, but now we're doing two of those.
Yeah.
And the numbers are just degrees of rotation.
Right.
So 180 is a half a circle, 360 full circle, 540, 720, 900, 1080, all the way up to 1260 doing a double flip in the pipe.
I'm going to do an 11,000.
Yeah, get it. I can see it in
First
your
ever.
eyes. Yeah.
5 figures.
That was this really big deal. And that was my, hey, I'm doing this.
You must think, I just did a trick with some permanence. Has the 900 ever been done again?
It has now.
has.
Yeah. It's happening more often.
But to me, if I'm you, I just
Yeah.
got the ultimate closure. I won the second time. I proved it wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
And I did something no one can do.
Yeah, but I'm 23.
I know.
And I was like, here we go. And then the Olympics came around again. That spotlight that's swinging around all of a sudden
Yeah.
is coming back around. And I'm like,
the comment's
wow,
back.
let's do it again. And I'm pulling from that same place. And at this time, I was trying to be in a band. I was doing the half pipe, and then they added slope style, which was a different discipline. And at that point, I'd almost had more medals in the slope style than the
From
half
X
pipe.
Games.
From X Games, big major events. And so I considered myself an expert at both. So I was like, cool, I'm going to double down.
Yeah.
2 medals.
Almost
Why
convince
not?
yourself
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the thing you're going
So
for.
That's now I'm going for both. I'm shooting a documentary. I was playing in this band. I was doing all this stuff. And I got there and none of it happened.
How quickly, when you get there, do you acknowledge to yourself? Because there's a feeling, I imagine, that you have when you know
Well,
you're going to win.
I mean, at that point, I remember arriving, and it was such a weird Olympics because there's always drama surrounding the Olympics. And this one, it was against the law to be homosexual in Russia.
Oh, yeah.
And you have
There's
all
shit
these
about them
people
killing
coming over, they're killing
dogs.
dogs
Yeah,
and doing all this
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and the construction
Yeah.
everywhere. And
Yeah.
it was
It's not going to be ready in
it was
time.
a weird thing. And every time you get to the bottom of the course, like, what do you think about the kid? What do you think about this? And you're like, I'm here to snowboard and I really
Right.
want to focus on what I'm doing. And it's tough, you know, because that's the agenda of whoever's putting the titles on the articles and things.
Let's ask this athlete this geopolitical
Yeah,
issue that
totally.
5 people
Yeah.
understand. Let's see
While
what-
he's panting at the end of his.
Yeah. He just ripped ripping his
God.
fucking head off on the
Yeah.
lip.
Totally. And so I get there and the course was pretty crazy and I ended up pulling out of the slope style. It's too dangerous. I look at my career in the long game. There will be another Olympics for me. There will be another. I've pulled out of plenty of contests because I didn't feel safe. And
Yeah.
plenty of times where I show
You're
up
not crazy.
and they're doing the
Yeah.
photo shoot. It's too windy or it's too icy or it's
Yeah.
something. I'm like, no, I'm not doing
Good
it.
for you.
Yeah.
And you have to stand there and be willing to take the barrage of like, oh, Shaun White's not going to, we set this all up for you. You're not going to hit it or you're not
Yeah.
going to do what we came here to do. And you got to be confident in those decisions. But that's how I looked at it. I'm like, I'm not going to sacrifice myself for today when I know that there's all of this. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm defending my title in the half pipe. Why don't I just cut over and do the half pipe? Because I'm like a sure thing there.
Yeah.
The pipe was brutal. And I can finally say that because I won the next Olympics. Man, it was bad. We had 3 days of practice And for 3 days, the pipe was pretty much deemed unrideable.
Oh my God.
And so it was a
That great
whole,
Russian design.
It was a big mistake. They finally pull it off. The pipe's rideable. We're doing the competition and I had the winning run. I just couldn't put it down. And like you said, when I know I'm going to win,
Yeah.
I know it. When I know I'm going to lose, I was like, wow, I'm about to lose this thing. And it happened. And I was like, wow, okay. I've never been to the Olympics and lost before.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've always been the champion. I've based my whole identity off of winning. I'm not the guy. I didn't even podium. I was in 4th. And so I was just like, wow, okay, this is what this feels like. You can't really escape it.
No.
Grocery store. Better luck next time, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you're at the car wash. Oh, man, I saw that. At this point, I assumed that anything that happened before this is expunged. It's gone.
Yes, you've lost it.
So now we're starting at 0 again, which is where my mind went. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I got to build from the beginning. So there I am. It sounds ridiculous talking about it now, but I own a house at the beach in Malibu. I'm sitting there trying my hardest to feel so sad for myself that I didn't win the gold and this beautiful home. And I'm sitting there looking out. I'm in tears, I'm bummed. I'm just like, what do I do? My life, 4 more years. Oh my God. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to retire. I did it once.
Yeah.
I did it twice. Let's go number 3.
And out.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start doing the band and I'll do the music and do maybe some acting. I'll do skateboarding. So I'm losing the motivation to want to continue to snowboard. And then all of a sudden I didn't get what I wanted. I was already done and now I didn't get what I want. So I'm feeling empty. How do I start from here when I'm already so unmotivated? Anyway, so I'm looking out at the water and this big ass whale jumped out of the water. And I'm all, oh my God. Was that a whale? I was like, it was so majestic. Like I'm like crying. Like, oh my God. So beautiful. And then everything just shattered. I was just like, what are you crying about? You killed it. Look at this crazy house you have. And look at the people still calling you the
A whale's
champ and the
performing for
fucking
you.
whale jump for you. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, life's amazing. And then I decided in that moment, I'm going to make this the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then I started to go from that perspective.
How long was that period?
That moment
Between
or like being
loss
sad?
and seeing the whale? Weeks, months, a year?
That was probably, we'd have to look at what whaling season was. But
Yeah, someone's going to cross-check us.
Actually,
story
the
doesn't,
humpbacks only come through. And we did the Winter Olympics, and then we went into that 2018 summer. It may have been that next winter or sometime during that
So
summer.
you spent a good year feeling pretty directionless
Yeah, I was feeling
and scared.
pretty rough and
Yeah.
just like, what do I do? And reminded
It's
of these
the
things.
identity
And
thing though, isn't
yeah,
it?
but I thought everything else was gone. But they're like, no, you still got 2 gold medals. You're the man. And I was like, oh, it's not gone? Again, having some athletic friends would have really been helpful.
Yeah.
Well, back to Ali and Foreman. Foreman lost the Rumble in the Jungle. That was inconceivable. And the depression he went in lasted for years and years. Like he completely lost sight of who he was. And you can just see how heavy the identity is.
Yeah. For me, I'm wired to sulk in it. And then I just switch to the strategy mode.
Yeah.
I go, okay, if I was to make this the best thing that ever happened to me, how would I go about that? Okay, well, definitely a comeback would be involved. If I did a comeback to the next Olympics, what would I do and how would it look like and who would be with me and what's upsetting me that kept me from winning that medal? And the crazy part about all of it is it was more of an emotional thing to like fall back in love with the sport rather than a physical thing, which would have been so nice to just go do more push-ups and more
Yeah.
sit-ups and stuff and get stronger and then go win or get the right trick. This was, how do you make yourself fall in love with someone else? It's so hard and impossible at times.
Well, I would argue actually you're talking like year 8 of a marriage. The last 3 years have sucked. And instead of getting out, how on earth are you going to fall back in love with this person?
Yeah.
That's
and
what
you
it is.
and you were ready to get out. You're like, here's the
Yes.
paper, we're out.
I had a lawyer.
Wow, now how am I going to get 4 more years?
And I
you're
got to
like,
fall in love with her for it to work.
As we noticed at the last Olympics, it doesn't work unless I'm in love with it.
Yeah.
And so I went through this whole process and everything's clicking. JJ Thomas came into my life, became my coach, amazing physical therapist, all these people, my team's built. I reconnected with my brother. I did all these family things, friends I'd
Yeah.
lost touch with, all that stuff. Now I'm just like a happier person. Put me back on the mountain. I'm just a happier guy and I'm back doing what I love. And then I'm in New Zealand with my face ripped open in the hospital. And I'm like, okay, I didn't see this coming. This definitely wasn't on the trajectory.
To-do list.
Yeah, the plan of
Yeah,
how this was
check.
going to go. And man, if you would have told me, look at the bright side, I would have
Spit on
yeah,
you.
get
Yeah.
the fuck out.
Yeah. If your lips worked enough, you would have
So
spit on
yeah,
you.
if I could
Oh
eat
my
food enough to
God.
tell you, like, oh yeah, that was brutal. But what I ended up leaving with was, wow, okay, I'm being tested right now. And how badly do I really want this? Are you in love with this or not?
Yeah.
Are you going to stick with it or are you going to not? Because stepping back out on the mountain means in some way, small percentage or not, like I'm willing to let this happen to me again. I've had my crashes here and there, but this was really bad. And it's my face. It only hurts when it's cold. And it's always cold. On the mountain. I'm trying to do my interviews. And so I decided in the hospital, all right, I love it. I'm in it. I'm not going to go through all this for nothing.
The storyteller in me and the egomaniac in me might even latch onto the fact this is going to be a part of the story. This should break me, and it's not gonna. When I'd make that decision, like, fuck that, I'm still going forward, I'm almost now like, yeah, that happened, and I don't give a fuck.
It
That
tried
guy-
to take me down and it couldn't.
It's almost like
Okay.
a cool piece. It's a movie. You're
Yeah.
fucking rocking, you're training, everything's looking good, and then you break your wrist.
It did make an incredible story arc.
yes.
In the moment, I
Plot
don't
twist.
think I was feeling that way. I was like, oh my God, am I going to look the same again?
You had just gotten gorgeous too. When did you cut your hair off? I gotta say, let's pause this inspirational story. I've never seen someone's whole persona change with a haircut as radically as yours. Would you agree with this, Monica? He was this cute, goofy guy that
Yeah,
you thought
that's
maybe was a
true.
stoner. And then you have this short haircut, and I go, this motherfucker's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at this face structure it was hiding.
I did cut my hair, and then a couple weeks later, I went into a restaurant, and is it Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah.
He was there and he was like, God damn, like, when's the underwear ad coming? Like, I was like, oh. I was getting this response. You could actually see my face, I
That's
guess.
why. You
But
just couldn't see.
You were the girl in the movie where she had glasses
saw
on
that.
and a ponytail, and you took your hair down, took your glasses on. People
well,
were
thank
like,
you. I don't.
"Whoa."
Yeah, I don't know.
The
He just
jaw.
became an adult is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened, I think.
But it was
That's so
radical.
funny for you
Real
saying
radical. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, you're newly recognized as gorgeous and you just
Yeah.
fucked your face up.
Oh man, well, I just never been in an accident like that. I'd had
Yeah.
some things. I had a bad crash when I was young, where I was at a sports and music festival in Austin, Texas. I'm doing a doubles routine with another skater, which means we're airing over each other and whatnot.
wow.
His partner was injured, couldn't do it. They're like, let's bring in Shaun.
Sure.
We got an hour to get a routine together. There's a guy named Bob Burnquist, pro skater, really talented guy. We made up the routine, and halfway through, I forget what we're doing. I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I'm coming up the ramp as he's coming down, and he hits me, and it's like the world's most one-sided fist fight. I mean, he was in his upper 20s, probably 30s, and I was 11. And, you know, his board hit my foot, and the wood of the board
my
broke on my
God.
foot, broke my foot. My helmet hit his hip, and then it hit the ramp, which fractured my skull down the middle. And then I slapped my hand on the ramp, which broke my hand. I'm knocked out. I don't remember any of this. My parents jump over this fence, and my mom runs over. She's like, Shaun, can you hear me, Shaun?
They're
Wake up."
questioning their entire parenting
They're like,
for the
oh my
last 11
God.
years.
Yeah. And so my mom grabs my hand and she starts squeezing my hand like, Shaun, wake up. And I start reeling in pain. And they're like, I think his hand's broke. She's like, oh my God. And drops the hand, you know, and then so she moves down the body to start squeezing my foot. And they're like, I think his foot's broken. She's like, oh my God. I wake up 20 minutes later in the hospital. And all I remember is my mom like, you got to eat. And she's trying to feed me chicken
20
nuggets
now.
from McDonald's, and I'm puking. And I look over, and my dad is in the hospital. This is in Texas. So there's this big wooden rocking chair that he had at home, and it's now at the hospital. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how long have I been
here
out?
for a
Yeah.
year.
How long?
Yeah.
They just happen to have the same rocking chair. My dad's like, sweet, nice. I'm like, of course, there he is in his rocking chair. And so I get home from this, and MTV's like, oh my God, please don't sue us. You know? And we weren't like that. They fly us home. I get home, got a cast on my arm, I got a cast on my leg, and I had what's called a hematoma. So the blood was running around my forehead from the crack in my skull, and then it settled in my eyes. So I had these crazy black eyes. And I was just more upset that I didn't break the hand that I write with.
Oh, sure.
So
to get
now
out
I
of
still
everything.
have to do my schoolwork. And so I go to class, and the teacher sees me and starts crying. I look like I got hit by a truck. I start looking around, and I'm like, what the my buddy's like got his hair parted. He's got a collared shirt on. It was fucking picture day.
Oh.
I had no idea. I'm in a dirty t-shirt. They put me in the corner and I got these giant black eyes. And that's when the neighborhood started to take notice. They're like, okay, you're letting your cardiac kid, your heart conditioned baby go do these things.
That's called Child Protective
That's when it
Service.
started to look kind of bad on paper.
Yeah.
But we knew that was just an accident.
Yeah.
I don't normally skate with other people on the ramp, all these
Yeah.
things. So that was the only really bad crash I'd had. I'd had some concussions, some things here and there. And now I've got my face ripped open in New Zealand. And I'm going, whoa, okay, this is a sign.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of telling me in my team that it's time to retire. It's time to be done. And I was considering retiring at the last Olympics. So now I'm here going, shit, maybe I should. So the whole, this is going to be great for my story thing, that didn't come till later when I was like, okay, I'm doing it. Let's see it through. And then I promised myself I wouldn't do that trick again until the conditions were perfect. Acts of God were happening. I'd show up and there was like this storm blew in. You can't ride. I show up, the machine that cuts the half pipe broke. Now we got to fly to Canada. Another storm blows in. We get to the event. There's no snow. They got to postpone. All these things happened. And then we're 2 weeks out from the Olympics and I've thrown this trick twice now at this point and never in a run. It's like, I guess we got to do it when we get there. Was the whole thing. And so I'm flying over there and I do great in qualifying. I go into finals. I'm in first place. One of the competitors dropped and he beat my score by 1 point.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, all right, we have to do it. And I'd never done it before in my run. So it was such a heavy event because I'm standing at the top. It's called the 1440, double flip 1440. And so I did one on the front side wall, my first hit. And then the second hit is the one where I had to do the one that put me in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I'm already nervous to do this trick. And now I have to do a trick into that trick. So it's like, all right, here we go. It's your best score out of 3 runs. Second run, I fall during the trick. And I never tried it before. I'm like, all right, it's now or never. I got to do the trick to win it.
Yeah.
I've never done it before, but if I'm going to do it, second try would be the try to do it. And everything slowed down. I remember just deja vu of the time before. I was the last rider to drop in Sochi and I'm sitting there going, I'm not going to win. And then this time I'm like, savor the moment, bud, because you're about to win this thing.
Yeah.
And I looked and the flags are blowing at the side of the half pipe. It's cool because they show the countries that are representing, but it's also to see how windy it is.
Yeah.
The flags are down. The sun started to kind of peek out through this gap in the clouds. I recognized the song playing. It was like a Post Malone song.
It wasn't angelic orchestra music.
Maybe inside, but I was like, wow, I hope they send me now and don't hold me for TV or something. And they're like, all right, rider ready, go. And I turn, high five my guys, and I go, and it's just clockwork. I nailed the first trick. And right when I hit the second one, I lit up inside. I was like, oh,
You're putting a
okay.
gold medal on.
All we got to do is finish it.
Yeah.
And so I get through the run, that last trick, and they put the blue lines on the pipe wall so you can kind of clock where you are when you're flipping through the air. And I remember that blue line came right up to my face the last run. So I was like, I'll give it a little more this time. Doing my trick, I'm coming around looking for that blue line, and it was still a good 5-foot drop from where I was landing. It was the most casual landing, perfect. I've never done it better.
Best run of your life?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'm standing there like, I think I just did it, but I don't know. I'm waiting for the score, all this stuff. And then it hits and I won my 3rd gold medal after not winning before, the comeback story, the face, all that stuff, the love for the sport. I just tearing up here, but I just bawled. I couldn't contain it. I've never been so emotional after a win, and it's because of all of that. It was so intense, and my whole family's there. They'll play it at things where I'm going to come out and talk. I'm backstage, like I can't not watch it or hear it and get transported to that day.
I was going to say, when you see it, do you get mirror neuron? Like, can you feel it when they play that clip?
Oh, yeah.
You can feel it.
Oh, it's like if they play that song that you had in high school for the breakup or whatever, you're like, oof, I remember that. And now I can smell the car I was in. I fully get put back in that fight mode. And it's so funny because afterward, I don't realize how tensed up I am until after. I'm always had a stomach ache after. I'm sick to my stomach because it's slowly unknotting.
Yeah.
I don't realize that I'm gripped the whole time, but I'm so gripped to get through it. And then you did it, but it's so intense that you're still kind of like, wait, did it happen? But then they're throwing the mic in your face and telling you, how was the run? What do you think? And then the first question is like, what about the next one? It's the first question they ask, like, what about the next Olympics? And you're just like, oh my God.
Give me a second.
here for 2
Yeah.
1 second, please.
But that was why that win was so emotional. And going back for this last Olympics, I felt like it was more of the victory lap or the goodbye tour.
If I were you, my mindset would have been, I'm at peace with this. Expectations are low. This is my 4th Olympics. I'm open to winning. That'd be awesome. And I know I'll be at peace if I don't.
I had a lot of growing that happened to get to that place. And then what happened was that Olympics ended and went, and I still had the love for the sport. I just found it again.
Yeah.
Got my team, still feeling very strong. And then this one came around. It was like, okay. And now all of a sudden, COVID. I can't train in Canada. I can't train in New Zealand or Australia. Any little move is like pulling teeth. And I just took it as like, okay, it's just a new challenge. This is the way the board's set. I got to figure out my way. I mean, I'm calling Dubai to see if they'll build the half pipe in the Dubai ski facility.
Sure.
Because we're allowed to go there and it's an indoor park. It'll always be sunny. It'll always be this temperature that I want it. It actually wouldn't hold the weight of the machine that it takes to put in
Oh, wow.
Oh,
the park.
really?
Yeah, I went into all this stuff trying to
Sure.
figure it out. Through that, I realized it's like, gosh, it's just not what it was before. And I'm at peace with that finally. And it was after that last Olympics in Korea is when I did a lot of growth. And then I actually attended a couple Tony Robbins events.
Oh, you did?
And that really like blew my mind.
Yeah, I bet. We watched that I'm Not Your Fucking Guru doc.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So he asked me to come to his house. He's like, come speak at my house to my team. It was myself, Michael Phelps, and Tom Brady was on the panel.
No
so I'm
shit.
thinking, oh, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with the crew.
Yeah.
And we get there. He's such a presence, very intense. We got a green room set up, and I'm thinking it's like a bedroom or yeah, sure. Throw me in the laundry room and I'll hide from the guests because we're a surprise. And takes me through the garage. And he's got these Ferraris on spinning discs and like,
my
you know what I
gosh,
mean?
of
It's just sick.
Yeah.
Evil lair. But not evil because he's the nicest guy ever. But anyway, so he gets me in there and he leans on the wall and he pushes this button and this trap door opens up in the
No.
floor.
Oh, my
And he's
God.
like, you cool with this? And it was a slide. And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I jump on the slide and then this flash goes through my brain of like, I have no idea where this
Yes.
slide leads.
Yes.
It could be a cage. It could be
Crocodiles.
crocodiles. Oh, shit. I just met this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking all these things. I know he's got Michael down there in cages. And
Oh my! He's doing some sort of experiment.
yeah, or just
Collecting
siphoning the
trophies.
spirit that fuels him to go do what he does. And I'm like, okay, shake that out. And so I get down there, and it's the sickest man cave you've ever seen. There's like a basketball court.
Oh,
there's a whole
Jesus.
spa. There's a whole movie room. This entire
Wow.
underground thing he's built there because it's in Florida, so it's all underwater.
Yeah.
And there's like Michael and Tom like playing pool.
They've
like,
come-
what up? They hit the slide apparently. So
that could be career ending for Tom.
we do the panel. That's where I hear Michael speak, which changed a lot for me in my life. And then I ended up speaking on his documentary. After that, I remember leaving and he's like, let's just do this little thing. We call it the prayer, but it's nothing religious. It'll boost you up. And
Yeah.
so we did it. It's basically an exercise where you stack all the positive things in your life rather than what we do, like, oh, the tire went flat and then I ran out of
Yeah.
gas. We do that in the day, but this was reversing it. Like, let's just stack all these positive things. So I remember leaving going, God, I feel incredible.
Yeah.
And so he invited me to his event, which I'm like, he does that for everybody, I'm sure. Then months later, he calls me and he's like, hey, we got this event going on in New York. Perfect timing. I'm in that depression lull of the
Yeah.
Olympics. And I'm like, what do I do? It's sunk back in. And I was like, I'm going. I'll just do it. So I went solo. I went to the event. I had this amazing experience. After that, as like a thank you to him, he was doing his next event in the mountains. I was like, I'll go ride with your team. I'll take the event and we can be friends.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And after that, I was like, okay, let's go to the big one.
In Hawaii.
No, in West Palm Beach.
Oh, right.
He owns an island in Tahiti. He does them
Wow.
all over.
Sure.
But that's the one I went to. And I do the event. It's like 7 days. And I'm breaking through my past, all these things. I have to write down this list of like what I want in my life and relationships and all this stuff. And they break you into groups. And so now I'm telling this group about my life and what I'm hoping, and I want love, and I want this, and I want that, and all these things. And there's this girl in our group, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm getting a perspective of this young girl. There's an older guy who just recently divorced, different walks of life. So you're getting this opinions from everybody. And she's reading me her list. And I can't help but be kind of like,
It's the same.
shit, I'm checking a lot of boxes
Yeah,
on this list.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Nina.
Get
It
the
was
fuck
Nina?
out for
Yeah.
the second time.
Yeah, second time.
Oh my God, how
So
crazy.
that's how we met. And now it was like I had this cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Well, she hates this and she loves that. And she knows what I don't like and
Oh
what
my
I
God,
need.
That's amazing.
So
That's
it was pretty it was
wild.
pretty wild. So that's
How
how
long
we met.
ago was that?
Almost 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have
And
you
then,
bumped
yeah.
into Dog the Bounty Hunter yet? That's a sincere question. He and Tony are super tight.
Oh, really?
Do you know of our 450 episodes?
Yeah.
My favorite one's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I did meet him.
You did?
Not really, though.
Okay.
I was in Hawaii. I just landed. I'm going on vacation. He comes blazing through the airport, and I know that look of like, I gotta get to my car because somebody's gonna come talk to me and
Yeah,
stop me. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
totally walked up to him, and he just blew past. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm Shaun White." He blew right past me, and his cronies were there. And the one guy just jaw dropped. That like, that's Shaun White. He just blew past me, and I'm standing there left with my hand hanging out. I was like, I didn't really want to meet you. I thought I'd just say hey because you do stuff with this sunglass company that I also work with.
He's really close with Tony Robbins.
Okay.
And he was down wandering around on a beach and bumped into him. And that's what changed his life. You know, he just
Yeah.
got out of prison. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Amazing.
Oh, Shaun White, this was.
But yeah,
So
fun,
fun.
huh?
This was.
A doozy. We haven't had one like this in a while.
We
Oh,
haven't.
yeah?
No, one where it's just a blast and it just
Oh,
goes
thank
for
you.
5 hours. Okay, this usually happens mid-interview, but now it's
Yeah.
going to happen at the very end of it. Look at Monica, but make sure the mic is between your mouth and her.
Okay.
So this is where I tell you who I think you look like. Circa 86, the original Top Gun, Iceman, Val Kilmer, the eyes.
Okay, I could kind of see it.
The last half hour, I was just like,
I can
that's
see it.
Nina's dog is named Maverick
Oh.
because she loves
How many times
Top
have you
Gun
guys
and the
seen
thing.
the new
So
one?
if I tell her that I look like the Iceman, she's gonna be pretty pumped.
She knows. She knows. She doesn't want to inflate your ego.
Okay, good.
How many times have you guys seen the new one in person?
She's friends with Miles Teller, and so we ended up flying to London, went to the premiere, and that was unreal.
What a
So-
movie.
What a movie. Incredible.
I've seen it twice. I'm going to see it a third time.
And I met Tom when I was like a kid, probably after the first Olympics.
Opposite experience with Dog the Bounty Hunter, right?
Very
He-
different.
Yep.
Very
opposite.
different.
Yeah.
He came up to me. He was with Katie at the time. She's pregnant, and he's like, "Oh, I love it. I was watching from home on the couch, and you crushed it." And he was saying all these nice things. And classic Tom rolls up. He's like, "Love the career. You've been killing it. Way to go." People that are so big in their world and
Yeah.
their thing, but they still know. I mean, I had a similar thing just happen to me. I went to this event. It was an all walks of life meetup thing in Montecito, and I'm cruising, and I hadn't seen Matthew McConaughey in forever, but I would bump into him on the red carpet. He's like, hey, so smooth. And he'd say,
Mr.
hi,
Shaun,
Shaun.
Mr. Shaun."
Some lobster butter with my...
We're going to get a third gold
egg
medal
rolls
down in
here.
Sochi. What happened in Sochi?
Dude, he walked right up to me and he was like, white space. How's it going? Like, we hadn't missed a beat. He's like, I love it. Are you getting the tingle? You getting that feeling? And I was like, what? And he's like, we on to something here? And I was like, oh, the earth's shaking, baby. It's going. We're doing it. So,
Oh my God.
you know, you meet these people. But yeah, I ran into Tom and he was amazing. The amazing movie. But it's probably just the hair. But I get Macklemore a lot.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, we
Another
interviewed
interview
him.
we enjoyed.
Yeah,
quite a
a
bit.
lot.
Quite a bit. That was a
Mhm.
really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so old now that I learn day of basically if somebody like, oh, everyone feels this way about this. I don't know anything, right? Like Machine Gun Kelly, we interviewed the other day. Fell in love with him, but again, I'm learning that day
Yeah.
that some people hate him. I wouldn't know that. I don't know
Yeah.
who feels
Yeah.
what way about anybody, really. I'm just too old now.
That's why I love mean tweets.
Oh, on Kimmel?
It's so
Oh, yeah.
amazing because there's these people that you're like, who's got the time to hate this older actor that's got nothing? You know what I mean? But part of it, as somebody that would get hated on, you go, oh, wow, like everybody gets it. It kind of brings it down to how ridiculous it is in the first place and
think-
why people would be so angry to throw hate from such a
Exactly.
hidden place.
I think out of the 8 billion people on planet Earth, we only have a single example of a person everyone loves. I think Tom Hanks is the only person. Probably
Yeah.
no one's ever said a bad word.
Except
About
maybe
him.
Colin.
Well, that's possible. Yeah, it's likely actually.
I mean, yeah.
Everyone hates their
Very
dad. Yeah. Well, Shaun, this was a fucking party.
Yeah, thanks
I'm
for
so glad it
coming.
finally happened.
Yeah.
Thank you. Happy to
Worth
be
the
here.
wait.
I need an
Right
update on. Well, we'll get it from Nina
Yeah.
about her perspective on the behind the scenes at the Teen Choice
Yeah,
Awards.
and I'm going to give her carte blanche permission to say whatever she wants to say.
I hope so.
She can say it was bad. She can say it was
Hopefully, she's saying
great.
here's my dream answer. It was so overwhelming. And I knew I couldn't have you. So I got the next best thing, which is Shaun.
And I can't stop thinking about it. What if?
It obviously didn't deter her too much because she likes the podcast.
She might hate listening to it. Like I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh when I drove cars for a living back and forth across country because I'd be tired. And I'd be like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'll put on Limbaugh. I hate everything he says and really wake me up.
Honestly, I was so annoyed by it because she kept putting on podcasts. And I was like, I'm trying to rock out and not think about anything right now while we're driving to wherever. Like, I want to feel the vibe of whatever. We're going to a concert, we're going to a game, we're going somewhere. Yeah. And I want to get prepped. I want to be ready.
It's like your runs.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah. And she just put on and now I'm thinking about all this other stuff in my life. And I'm trying to escape that stuff by being in the car. And then she caught on to the expert here and it was, okay, I like this.
I always imagine, and I hear it from dudes, there's a guy in Michigan that made the best fucking video ever on Instagram, and it got sent to me. He's outside of his house, and he goes, I want to know who this fucking dude is, Dax Shepard, who my fucking wife's always... I want to know this dude that's got my wife wanting a Pacifica minivan.
We got the matcha maker. We got everything, guys. I'm telling you.
So
I'm telling you.
But I'm sympathetic.
Finally
if Christian was
grinding.
obsessed with some dude on a podcast,
dude,
I'd be like,
yeah.
hon, that guy is full of shit. Let me tell you something. That guy's full of shit. All right. What a party.
Good stuff. Well, thanks
Adore
for
you.
having me.
Thank you.
So
Cheers.
gorgeous. What a haircut. And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman.
We are supported by HP. If you're a parent or you know one, like I do, or you can help take care of kids, you already know what August feels like. It's not summer anymore, it's the pregame. The supplies list, the forms, the we need this printed by tomorrow texts that come in at 9 p.m. And I say this as someone who's been on the receiving end of those texts in a former life. You're ready to help, and then the printer says no, out of ink, blinking at you, useless. It's such a small thing, but it will absolutely derail your night. So when I heard about the HP Smart Tank printer from HP, America's most trusted printer brand, I thought this is the kind of thing that actually makes life easier, not in a big flashy way, in a one less crisis way. Instead of those little cartridges that run out the second you need them, the HP Smart Tank uses refillable ink tanks, and it comes with up to 3 years of ink included. 3 years. That's 3 back-to-school seasons without the cartridge panic. HP can't fill out the forms for you, but they can make sure the printer is never the reason you're up past midnight. Search HP Smart Tank.
Dreaming's where I'm fearful.
Yeah, they get crazy.
Oh, everyone. Like a few nights ago, I had a dream where I bought a $59 million Ferrari.
Oh, my.
And I was drunk. I bought one in my dream, $59 million. That number comes from years ago at the Concours d'Elegance. They auctioned off this Ferrari 240 GTB or something for $59 million. I think that was why it was in my head.
Uh-huh.
I bought it in my dream and I was drunk. I immediately smashed the side of it. So now I have this $59 million car that is going to presumably cost millions to fix.
My God.
And then presumably isn't worth as much as now that I bought it for. So I've just...
And you were drunk.
And I was drunk. And so I'm basically like in debt. And what did I do? And it was the most panicky dream of like, oh my God, I ruined my whole life with this purchase and this decision to drink and then to destroy it.
Yeah.
That was one dream that lasted hours. They're like that.
I've had a lot of bad dreams lately.
Have you? What shape do yours take?
Lots of different kinds.
I mean, really quick, mine are so transparent. It's like, oh, I'm afraid of being broke again.
Right.
So like my brain comes up with some preposterous story where I could literally in a decision end up penniless.
Yeah.
I know the next one. The next night was, I somehow was like, I was in a band with my cousin and we had a show. And
my God.
backstage,
Congrats.
yes, it was exciting. And then I was like, I can't really play the guitar as well as some, but somehow I was doing it, but then it was unpredictable when I could, because I knew I didn't know why I was able to do it. It was eroding.
I see.
Then I realized I didn't know any of the fucking songs. We're about to go on stage and I was going to fake it. Finally, I was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to walk out on stage and not be able to play the guitar. So I had to like bounce from the big show and admit I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, my.
So then I was like, okay, what am I afraid that I am ill-equipped to do?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I think in my ruminating, I know I want to start writing. I want to write a book, perhaps.
Yeah.
And there's some voice that's like, you don't know how to do that anymore. Or you've said you know how to do it, yet you haven't done. I
You
don't
feel
know.
a pressure on it
I
that's
think there's
different.
some anxiety about I can't actually write as well as I think I can.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think, though, there's a very easy out in that one,
What is it?
which is just write for yourself. Just write
I know.
and not worry about whether or not you want to. Don't.
I'm
maybe,
breaking my own rule. If you remember, the one rule I tell the people who want to write is,
permission to write something shitty.
yeah, just write.
But there's a reality in that, like, if you sold a book before you wrote it, yes, that's pressure. So maybe don't do that.
Well, and I haven't, which has not been easy. I've turned
Of
down
course.
like offers to do it, and of course I'm like, oh, opportunity. Will I ever get it again? All I ever want to do is write a book. But I haven't, thank God, because then I would probably just ruin any chance
Exactly.
of me doing it. And then I'd eventually have to be like, okay, bring in the ghostwriter. And then I'd
You would
hate
not. You
I
would not.
want it, but
Yeah.
let's just say June 9th is here and I was supposed to deliver it May 8th. Maybe it's time for a ghostwriter.
No.
Okay.
Good.
So tell me about yours. We
I
put
don't remember
pin in mind.
details. I don't.
Are you getting physically attacked? Or people are betraying you? Heartbreak?
They've taken on lots of varieties. I so far haven't found like a through line necessarily.
Okay. Then let's talk about your skin. Because I saw you Saturday and you just come from your witch.
I did. I went to my facialist.
Yeah. And
Who
you
put spells on me.
put spells on you and did some micro needling.
Yes, good memory.
Yeah. So your face was red and,
Yeah.
you know.
And ugly.
No, it wasn't ugly.
Well,
it's never
it-
ugly.
it
It was red.
puffy
You
and
could
red.
tell some trauma had happened to the dermis. Okay.
Okay.
And now here we are, and it's glowing.
Thank you.
The hard work paid off.
Thank you.
It's consistently a nice color.
Smooth.
It's smooth.
That's what was
you put in the
promised.
work, and we're here. I see the real time gains.
She knows what she's talking about. I said, well, I have this thing on Wednesday. Will I be like back to normal? I mean, back to normal, by the way. I like hung out with people that night. Like, it wasn't like I needed
You
any
weren't
downtime.
hiding. No, you came directly to our house.
Yeah, but even then I went out to dinner. It wasn't drastic. It was just like my face was a little red.
And to be clear, Wednesday's a work thing. So you kind of want to.
Yes, and this was Saturday. And so, Wednesday is a work thing. And she said, oh, no, actually, that's perfect timing.
It's right when you're going to ripen.
She said, like, Wednesday morning, your skin should look like baby skin.
God, she knows her
It
shit.
kinda does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very baby-like right
I'm
now.
a baby.
Yeah, I can't tell whether the girl on the left or the right has better skin at this point.
Who's who?
Who would have ever thought, looking at that little baby, that her best skin days were ahead of her? Hard to believe.
What a fucking skin journey that little baby's been on. She really has.
journey.
Oh my God. I just had the worst skin ever. People really, when I say that, they don't believe. Like, a lot of people have been like, really?
Uh-huh.
It's very hard to impart the level. I mean, it was so bad.
Would you say it was the number one thing you didn't like about yourself?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was the number one thing everyone didn't like
Oh,
about
well,
me.
come on. That's never what we think, but
No,
But
I
for
mean-
you personally,
I'm not underplaying it. It wasn't like, oh, I had like a couple zits and I was like, oh no, everyone's like looking at them.
Yeah.
No, I had horrible cystic acne. That was my whole face.
I've never seen a picture of it. I guess that's intentional. I've never seen a picture of you where your skin looked horrendous.
Yeah, I'm probably not sharing those as much.
You probably avoided cameras on those days
I
too.
did know you. I had a period of time overlap where I knew you and I
Okay.
had really bad skin.
Okay.
But I guess you don't
I
remember,
don't
which is
remember.
nice.
Yeah.
But I did.
It's almost impossible to have a good day when you're dealing with that, right? Because
You
the first thing you
can't.
do is look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, Jesus Christ. This
Yes.
is what everyone's going to see everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So hard.
It's all you can think about. It's
Mm-hmm.
weird because it's it sounds vain when
Mm-hmm.
you start getting into this. It's partly why I love skincare videos, It sounds vain, but it's really your face is the first.
That's what we're looking at.
It's the first thing.
Yeah. Like if you have cankles, your thing is, oh, I hate my cankles.
Yeah.
I don't ever see anyone's ankles. You can hide those if you're insecure about them.
Super easy. Yeah. So anyway, I feel I feel very grateful, but I also feel very dependent on birth control, which is why ding ding ding. Oh my God, my egg medicine arrived yesterday.
Oh my God, egg medicine.
My medicine.
Is it an injection or is it a?
It's a lot of injections. It's like a huge
Can I give
box.
you those injections?
You can give me one.
Did they give you needles and stuff? Or are
Yeah.
you supposed to do? Oh, you're going to do it on your own.
Yeah,
You
have
put
to
it in your belly tissue.
Yeah, they have to teach me. I have to go in. So on the first day of my period, which should be August 9th,
Oh, fingers crossed.
Tuesday at about 10 a.m., the
10:30,
flies
I
will
think.
arrive.
Yeah, yeah. You'll hear that buzzing probably on the 10th.
So then I call them. They're like, it's already paid and whatever. I call and I say, okay, it's my first day of my period. And then I think the next day I go in there. They like test my blood. They do an ultrasound
Swap
or
some
whatever.
flies.
Yep. And then if everything looks okay, then we go through the whole process of like how to do the injections, what to do. And then I start that night. Liz and I will start. And then
not Liz.
No, not scary Liz. Liz
Right,
Plank,
lovely Liz.
who we're doing the podcast with. And then, we'll check in every day on how we're feeling and talk to some other really cool people with interesting fertility stories. There's just so many. And people don't know. Like, I mean, even Rob yesterday, he was like, do you want to go to this concert on this day? And I was like, oh, I do, but it's the first day I'm starting my shots. And so I'll probably feel bad. So probably not. And then what'd you say? Like,
I don't.
Well,
I
basically,
didn't know there were shots for this.
right. Like he just didn't know anything. He was
Sure.
like, oh, I didn't know it was like all these days and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, why would you? Like most people don't or don't have to, except a lot of women do.
Yeah, I don't. Although I've had many friends that have gone through like IVF and all these different things, I don't know that my expectation would be that I'd feel bad as much as, oh, I'm going to feel different. You know me, I'm kind of an optimist with drugs. I'd be kind of excited, perhaps you'll feel good. Does that never happen?
I thought it was going to be like just donating sperm and
No.
Tug, 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 spray, spray, spray.
No, I mean, no, I think like you feel really, it depends. I mean, we'll find out, you
Yeah.
know, I guess I don't
Like
know how I'll
PMSE?
feel.
Is that what?
I mean, you're shooting yourself up with so many hormones.
I know, but yeah, but in the case of testosterone, like that's groovy. I'm more engaged and have more energy. So I guess it's just bad. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll
I
see.
don't know either.
I
I'm going to
think
find out.
People have a lot of different experiences. So anyway, so those arrived. Why did I bring it up? Those arrived.
Skin.
Skin. Yes. So I didn't get on birth control, which I should have done.
Get off.
Basically. Yes. So when I went to my consultation for the eggs months and months ago, she was like, it'll increase your chances of getting more eggs if you get off birth control.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, do I have to? And she said, no, you don't have to, but your count will probably be limited because of it. And
Right.
I was like,
But you
fuck. And then I
you
didn't.
have quality over quantity, though. You have those big eggs. Oh.
They're normal size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I didn't. And
Yeah.
now I regret it, of course.
Oh, you do?
Of course. I'm about to do this crazy thing that's really expensive. And I did not give myself the best shot
At
because I
success.
was worried about my skin.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's just already shitty.
Well, okay, good. That'll make for a good episode, I suppose. But as your friend, I'm sorry that's what you're feeling.
Yeah.
It is interesting that being a human is a negotiation. So, like, I also remember, like, when you went on Kepra, it was like you can't drink, or at least for a while you thought you couldn't drink. And you were-
3 ounces.
Yeah, and you were like, well, I'm gonna. You
Yeah.
know, like I won't take, this is not critical. It's just interesting. I won't take melatonin because I'm afraid that will interact poorly. Yet I love this thing, so I'm going to do. And I'm that way too. I think we're all that
Well,
way.
everyone's doing risk reward on every single decision you make in life. So everything has one. So the melatonin had a risk reward that I didn't want to take.
Right.
The alcohol has a risk reward that I did want to take.
Yep.
But it's not like
And then the eggs and the skin and the.
exactly. I think it was a bad choice. I already made a choice I can't undo. But I have like scarred. Ding ding ding.
Tuck, tuck, goose.
From skin issues. And like
Yeah.
I'm like I can't what my rationale was I can't sacrifice my skin for something I don't even know for sure I'm going to want, use, whatever.
Yeah. You want good skin.
That's a given.
That's the law of gravity.
And through learning how affected I am self-esteem wise, everything when my skin doesn't look.
Your confidence,
Okay.
your ability to do your job. It's deep.
Yeah. But I think it was a mistake.
I didn't have anything that strong. I had my teeth, right? Because my teeth.
When you were younger.
Well, they were so fucked up and the overbite was so extreme. And there were so many years in the orthodontia
Yeah.
that is a PTSD thing for me. In that, I think I do have an inordinate amount of dreams of teeth trouble.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, which is supposed to signify something. But I also think like, well, if all things are equal, maybe it does. But if you also spent 10 years in orthodontia and then got punched in the mouth with braces and it cut the whole inside of your mouth, it might be a little different. So yeah, my stuff is always like, I'm fucking, all of a sudden I notice like, oh my God, these things are loose. Oh my God, they're in the process of falling out. Oh, I have so many of those
listen,
dreams.
if they fall out, we'll send you to my awesome dentist. He'll put a nice set of veneers on you.
You're right. And there it goes with the human part. Like I have a certain thing. I don't judge anyone with veneers. I don't dislike veneers. I have decided those aren't for me.
I know.
They're very not punk rock.
Yeah. I mean, we've obviously had this debate a million times about me getting them. And then I've sort of fallen on your side. But then when I heard that podcast again, I was like, ooh, maybe I should rethink it.
Yeah. It'd be one thing if you had shit teeth, but you just got a gorgeous grill.
Thanks. Okay. Speaking of white teeth.
Yeah.
This is for Shaun White teeth.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And when we just had a guest on yesterday, we found out is friends with Shaun White and has vacationed with Shaun White.
Yeah.
It was very exciting.
Very, very, very exciting.
I don't know why. There's another peculiar thing. We're just full of contradictions. That's humans. I guess that's what it is. I don't like being famous most of the time. I'll just say that. That sounds gross, but whatever. Yet, I was very pleased to hear that when Shaun was at the Formula One, he was a huge sensation. Isn't that interesting?
Wait, what is that?
Because the person we
connection?
interviewed had been to a Formula One race with Shaun White, and everywhere they went, they're like, "Come in this garage."
Yeah.
Everyone. I mean, and then I think I recognized how globally humongous he is. Yes, and then I was happy for him.
Right.
That at Formula One he was a big deal that all the drivers also wanted to meet, which is a peculiar thought for me.
Huh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think it's
because I wouldn't want to be more famous.
No, but you want to be loved by all the Formula One
I
drivers.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
But I don't want more attention, yet I was happy for him that he gets so much more attention. That's the contradiction.
I see.
Why would I be happy for him? I wouldn't like that. I mean, I'd just like the Formula One driver part.
Right. Which is the part she was talking about that triggered this, I guess. But you're just saying in general you like that he's famous.
Yes, when she said that, I liked that this sweet boy we talked to for 3 hours walks around Monaco and everyone's pumped for him. So I still have this residual fairy tale about fame from growing up. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like I have an idea of fame that is me as a kid, and then I have an idea of fame as someone who has some of it.
Yeah.
And they're both in my head.
Gosh, fame is so interesting. Well, for one, I don't know why. And I can't believe this hasn't come up before. But like I hate that word.
Yeah, me too. I hate celebrity, the word celebrity, and I hate the word fame and famous.
But like I'd much rather swap, like if I'm talking about someone for the most part, I would say like public figure, recognizable.
Yeah.
Like I
huge actor even.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I find that word so gross.
Well, it's implicitly a status word.
Yeah.
Huge actor isn't a status thing. It's like a fact.
Exactly.
5-time Olympian is a fact.
Yeah, and
He's
I guess
super famous is like saying he's so popular.
It's exactly it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You.
that's not anything to want to be. I guess that's the thing. Like when it's used as a positive thing, or I guess just even as a thing, that is not wanting to be a huge actor, wanting to be, successful or whatever. To me is like, okay, that's something
Aspirational.
But famous has like something gross attached to it.
It does, but I also will add, That's a personal thing.
me, yeah.
Yeah, like I am not in judgment of someone who would just want to be famous and have people say hi to them everywhere. I'm totally fine with that. That angers some people. Like, well, I just want to be famous for the sake of being famous, or they're not. They're just famous for being famous. Like that doesn't bother me. If that makes someone happy, go get it.
But it doesn't.
It
I guess that's
doesn't.
for me.
Oh, does it make them happy?
It doesn't make them happy. And so I guess that's tied in.
But
It's
I
like
think
this
it'd be more
allure.
truthful to say it wouldn't make you happy. Like,
But that's our whole show. People getting that level of status, they reach these things, including fame, that's alluring. And then they get there and it's like, fuck.
I would frame it differently. I don't think that's the show. The show's not see famous being it sucks, or that you'd be stupid to want to be famous, or that it's gross.
No.
The show is, do your fantasies when they come true heal the inner damage and
Make
struggle
you
that you
happy.
have?
That's what happiness is. They don't make you happy.
But to me, well, so again, just the tiniest difference.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's a question. It's not a statement. The question is, did it solve anything for
Right.
you? That's of interest to me.
Yeah.
If someone says it totally did, like Mark Maron, a little tiny bit, the closest we've ever gotten, said, yeah, it did. I'm not like, well, you're wrong and it's bad for you and it doesn't lead to happiness. I'm like, oh, that's for you, it worked, or for you, you like it, or for you, you know. I've certainly met people where I at least it seems that they enjoy being famous. And I think that's great. I literally think it's great. Like Matthew McConaughey seems to enjoy being famous. Like he's not uncomfortable in the role of the most popular guy in the room or the crowd. So I'm just saying it's really complicated, and I don't mind any outcome of it, or am I in judgment of it? I would only make the statement that for me, it didn't heal anything. Although I'm sure it healed some stuff as well. We're full of contradictions here. How would I know? You know, I feel pretty confident, and so it probably did. You know, there's probably some element of it that has validated me. It's just really, it's a dense, weird.
It is. Yeah.
You can also hate things and love them at the same time. Like I loved cocaine and I hated it.
Right.
You know, so you can like love fame and hate it.
Yeah. I mean, there are good things to it for sure.
Oh, big time.
But yeah.
I'll tell you this. This is just to wrap it up. I certainly enjoy the fame of this show more than I've ever enjoyed the fame of anything else. And so,
You mean being recognized from this show?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I generally love meeting the people that love this show, and I genuinely internalize the pride of it.
Yeah.
And I've not done that on other things. So when I see someone that's like famous for the sake of being famous, I would think, oh, they can't even enjoy that because there's nothing under it. But that was for me.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to actually be judgmental of what anyone would find profound. Like I happen to find the interaction with Armchair is profound and meaningful.
Yeah.
Who am I to say that because you love my Instagram, it's not the same?
Yeah, I mean, I guess my fear for people who want to be famous blanketly is they're searching for adoration from strangers with no connection. You don't have to say it, but I'm going to be fine saying out loud that that's not healthy.
Well, you could also use a different word than fame, which is I think people want to be seen. And that's something I'm like, understand.
Yeah, but
and
not from people who you have no connection to.
But you're on planet Earth and you want to be seen and you want to know that people recognize you were there with them and that you weren't insignificant. So it's like there's some mildly endearing parts of it and sympathetic parts, which is like the desire to be seen. I like I understand, and I think we all want to be seen and taken seriously and listened to and
Respected, yes.
yeah, and like so that represents being seen in this very big way.
Yeah.
And so when I think of someone who just wants to be famous, like they want to be popular, but also that could be one version of it. But another version could just be like, I want to be significant while I was here. Yeah.
That, I mean, look, I love that. I think wanting to be significant or leaving a impression or whatever is great. But to me, that those are so vastly different things. But I guess I can see that they're tied. They could be tied.
Yeah.
Okay. Did America invent snowboarding? Yes.
Wonderful.
Sure did.
Wonderful.
Developed in the U.S. in the 1960s, became a winter sport in 98.
Listen, we talk a lot of shit on America, and when we got a feather in our cap, let's take it. We also invent all the cool shit, man.
Cool.
All these stupid sports that get radical, skateboarding, motocross, all these things.
It's fun.
We're wild. We're out there pushing the envelope, you know?
Big time. What news outlet is where he talks about being on the plane and stuff? It is CNN, and I have the clip.
Oh, wonderful.
You'd probably get whatever you wanted if you showed that, if you were showing that to anybody.
For sure. It's pretty crazy, though. I mean, it's heavy, and I don't know. I think it really hit me that I got the gold when I went to bed, and then I woke up the next day, and this thing was just sitting on the dresser next to me. It was cool.
You weren't sleeping with it?
No, you know what the worst was? I blew it, and I was flying home, and I almost checked it under the plane. I was like, maybe I should hang on to that.
I wouldn't let it go. Were you showing people on the airplane? Were people asking to see it, or?
Yeah, like what happened was the funniest thing is the stewardess had all seen the games, and they were just so excited to see me. They're like, you have the gold, and I mean, I had unlimited service after that. I was getting drinks and I was getting snacks, and I mean, I was taking photos in the back with all the stewardesses. It was fun.
Wait a minute, drinks? You're 19 years old.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby. All right.
He called me baby. He called me baby.
Mountain Dews.
That's right.
I like that it's plural. I'm talking Mountain Dews, baby.
Oh, so great. Oh my gosh, she looks so different now.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's such a man now.
Yeah, I mean, he's a kid. He was like a little baby boy.
A big old hairdo. Big old Ron McDonald hairdo.
Okay, did Tony Hawk partner with Nike to build the skate park? I don't think so. When I tried to find a connection with Nike, there's some shoes stuff, but I'm not seeing any
Collaboration on a skate park.
But he does have the skate park project, which used to be the Tony Hawk Foundation.
Okay.
And it's a skateboarding organization that helps communities build public skate parks for youth and underserved communities. And it was founded this year.
Wonderful.
I mean, I'm sorry, 2002.
20 years ago. Perfect. This year, 20 years ago.
Today, 20 years ago. And he's built over 600 skate parks. It was so cool. He's so nice.
I got to tell you, the fun part about this interview, well, there are many fun parts, but I didn't know what a gangster skateboarder he was. And then he grew up around Tony Hawk, and he lived at a skate park. It was like, that's a whole oh, by the way, he's also a champion at this.
I know. I had no idea.
I'm glad he's so famous. I wish he was more famous for skateboarding.
Okay, he said, and I missed this in live.
In real life?
Yeah. He said, we're going to need a retainer. And I think he was calling back to Good Will Hunting. I think. The way he said retainer and that word.
I felt like it was a reference to the movie, but I didn't know that line.
That's a line.
You knew that line.
Yeah, but I missed it in live.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah. And
That's your Bible.
I know. Then I felt like, fuck, we should have talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
How did Virgil die? Virgil Abloh, the fashion designer. He died from cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was 41. And it was private, so no one knew, and then he died, which was very sad. He was huge in the fashion industry, and he said he thinks he started out as Kanye's assistant. A trained architect who also worked in Chicago street fashion entered the world of international fashion with an internship at Fendi in 2009 alongside American rapper Kanye West.
They were both in the internship? I do think Kanye West did do an internship.
Really?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, then maybe.
Yeah.
It says he assumed the role of creative director at Donda, which is Kanye's. Donda is the name of his mom.
Okay. I was going to say, you've now surpassed my knowledge of fashion. I don't know what Donda is.
Donda is Kanye's
mom.
Mom, man.
Very present in the doc that I liked.
Yeah. West Creative Agency in
Okay,
2010. That's name is Donda.
Okay.
So yes, he worked with Kanye.
Apparently they just made photocopies and coffee for $500 a month.
Oh,
together.
that was their job.
Oh,
The
at
internship,
Fendi?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Who is it?
It's Atlanta, Northwest Georgia.
Oh, and it
It's
rings on your.
So many calls.
You can have a phone call on your.
It
Was it a
rings here.
FaceTime?
No.
It was a voice call.
Yeah, it's weird. It rings on here.
Oh my God, I don't know if I like it or not.
I think just because my phone's close by.
Okay.
How dangerous are trampolines?
Let's get some data.
Okay, research reported nearly 100,000 trampoline-related injuries in a one-year period among children. Small children are 14 times more likely to get hurt than bigger children. 3/4 of all trampoline injuries occur when multiple kids are jumping at one
Yeah,
time.
get that double bounce.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Falls are the major culprit when it comes to injury, duh. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, botched somersaults and flips are often the cause of cervical spine injuries with permanent injury. Ay.
I bet. Well, I don't know. I'm talking on my a-hole right now, but I wonder if there's 100,000 dirt bike injuries a year.
For kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many kids? You have to look at percentages.
How many kids have trampolines? I didn't know. I mean, maybe they're more ubiquitous these days than when I was a kid, but like there were 2 people in my whole neighborhood who had one.
I'm going to say more kids are
85%.
on trampolines than dirt bikes.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
No, you
know
mean a
I
dirt
represent
bike.
the American Motorcycle Association now, right?
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Well, that's why they hired me. It comes from the heart.
Oh, yeah. You believe in it. You have to believe in your cause. When is whaling season?
Oh.
Because he saw a big whale jump out.
Oh, whale watching.
Yeah.
Whaling's when you kill whales.
Oh.
Yeah. They've outlawed whaling. You know, you just.
Well,
I was like, why are you going to tell us when whaling
To be
season is?
fair, that's the way he phrased it.
Okay.
Whale watching season in Southern California between January and April.
Okay, so we're out of the window. We're not going to see any good whales right now.
Not now. We have to
Yeah.
wait till your birthday.
Yay! What if I did a whale watching birthday party? Boy, that'd be
Oh,
boring.
wait. Hold on.
Back up.
Oh, wow.
Is that just humpbacks?
So if you're interested in gray whales, humpback whales, dolphins, and sea lions, Turner, this is from Travel and Leisure, suggests coming down to Southern California anytime between January and April. For blue whales and finback whales, try May through September.
Ding, 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 ding. We're right in the middle of it.
And for mink whales,
Not a thing.
Minke,
Okay. What's her name?
Minka Kelly whales,
Yes, Minka Kelly whales. Thank you.
come October through December.
Halloween whales.
Okay, but
Autumnal whales.
we're in blue whale season currently.
That would be the whale I'd most want to see in life.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever scoured the internet looking for videos of blue whales? Very few exist. They're the
Really?
most
Limited edition.
the most elusive, for sure. When they don't breach like those humpbacks do, which is great. They don't come out of the water, but they roll out, right? So it's like their mouth comes up and then their back, and it's
Like
roll,
dolphin-y.
like a snake. Like if you can imagine a snake swimming in the water, and that back is just coming out forever. I mean, they're impossibly long. They're 100 feet long.
Wow.
Fucking 2.5 big browns.
That's the big whale, right?
That's the biggest animal to ever live on
Right,
planet
blue
Earth.
whale. Yeah, I want to see that. Have you seen this
Heart the
picture?
size of a Volkswagen
Did
Beetle.
I already show
Tongue
you?
the size of an elephant.
Did I already show you this picture? I'm sure I did. After
I
we
love listening to typing. It's such a soothing
It
sound.
is soothing.
Yeah. I also noticed that you text really quickly. I always enjoy listening to you, hearing you text as well.
This picture. Have you seen this picture? Can you see it from here?
Not great. Is there a little something there as a point of reference?
It's a boat,
Okay.
and then you see the shadow of
yeah, I
the
can
whale.
see the blue whale from here perfectly.
And
so
that's
that's
a
a boat.
on
It's
top
taking
of the
up
whale.
1/100th of the whale.
Yeah. But it's like,
Wow.
it's eerie because that means there was a whale under them.
Yeah. Who could just accidentally surface and topple a boat?
Exactly. This is why
But
the
you'd be
ocean's
safe.
scary.
You'd be safe in there with it. They have no harm. They don't harm humans.
But I'd fall out of the boat and I'd drown.
Okay, well, that would be the sea that killed you, not the blue whale.
Oh, but I mean,
You know,
tomato.
well, intentions matter, and they don't. Contradictions.
I don't think they matter if I'm dead.
Yeah,
Either way, I'm dead. Okay, Tony.
not true. They matter. If someone comes up to you and knifes you,
Mm-hmm.
you're dead. That person and I are meeting in an alley at some point.
Okay.
an old man falls off his bicycle and falls in front of a car and the car swerves and misses the old man and kills you, I don't have to meet that person in an alley.
Oh, okay.
So they matter. I mean, the outcome is unfortunate in both cases, but one person I got to meet in an alley and the other person I don't.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But when it's a sea versus a whale, you know, I don't think.
Well, that's the old man in the sea. His age is, it's Jaws. It's everything. It's, yeah, man versus nature. Iliad and the Odyssey.
Keep going.
Okay. Homer.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony Robbins' doc. You always call it this.
I'm not your fucking guru.
Yeah, but it's not fucking.
Well, it has F and then it has like the asterisks so that it doesn't spell it out.
But when you like type in his doc, it's just called "I'm Not Your Guru."
Really? Did you pull up a one sheet for it?
Hold on, now
Look at the poster.
now I'm anxious.
Look at the postie.
I mean, that's a poster.
Yeah, I'm not saying it with the F word either.
There is no F word. I thought it was F asterisk 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 asterisk
It's
asterisk.
like Mandela effect.
Oh
I
my
bet a lot of people
God.
thought that.
Why did I think that?
Because you've been saying it. Because
You have been saying that a lot.
But wouldn't I have had to have thought it before I said it, Rob?
Yeah, because he says "fuck" a lot. He's a
potty mouth sailor. Back to the sea.
He's a-
Old man in the sea. He's a sailor.
He's a force.
Oh, he's a force of nature.
So, you know, maybe that's why. Those are our facts for Mr. White.
Okay. Now off the cuff. Expectations versus
Reality?
Mm-hmm.
So, much different. I expected him to be less like familiar, personable, but I did expect it to be interesting because he's one of the biggest athletes to live.
I've wanted him forever. I've been corresponding with him forever to get this to happen, and it exceeded my expectations by like 5x.
Yeah.
He's such a good conversationalist.
Very.
Like I wasn't expecting what a dynamic conversationalist he is.
Yeah, agreed. I
And
thought it would be
engaging.
more sportsy based than
It was 3 or 4 hours, and I was like, I want 5 more hours of your stories. They're all so good. They're so well told. And
yeah, he was really fun.
I'm pretty in love with him. I might shoot him a text now that I have the number.
Okay, give him a little shoot.
Oh, a little pop.
Pop out.
I'll call him on his computer.
Yeah.
Oh God. Would you ever be excited to answer a call over your computer, even if it was like Matt Damon called? It feels wrong to not have it to your ear. And
Wait,
then even
I don't know if I can. Here, will you call?
yeah, let's do it.
It probably depends if they're calling you. Because you can call FaceTime audio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Okay. Call Regs and let's see what happens.
Well, I agree with Rob. I don't think Reg is going to work, but I'm going to try it. But I think if I FaceTime you and then I only do the telephone icon and not the face, it'll ring
Well,
there.
we have to
But let's just try a regular old phone call. Ringing on my end. Okay, so now let's go back.
Wow.
Sophisticated that the robots are calling you FaceTime audio.
I know.
That is. So let me go over to video. Well, let me go to. I'm going to open up. Here's what I'm going to do, Monica.
It showed up on here. It just didn't ring.
Right.
Huh.
I understand.
Because you linked your Apple ID to your phone number.
Oh, wait. Yeah, let's try this. Here we go. It is just a mobile call on my end now.
Yeah.
Okay, answer.
Hello?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Who is this?
You sound terrible. Are you in a convertible?
I'm in. Wait, I wish you could really go out in here if it sounds weird.
It sounds fine. There's a pretty sizable delay. Like I watch your face say what you're going to say, and then I hear it a bit later.
Yeah.
That's what Zoom's like. It's because you're doing this through internet.
Sure. Look, Rob, you know a lot more than me, technically, but I'm also not a fucking dumbass, okay? I understand that it's going to go through the internet for computers making the phone call. Okay. You're oh, she hung up on me. There's a
sorry.
bad connection, and you hung up.
That's how the internet works. Sometimes there's bad connection, and then you have to hang
Oh, that was
up.
just a case of a bag. You didn't
Yeah.
hang up on me?
No,
Oh,
it just hung up on
It sounded like a
itself.
hang up. Like I heard a click first. It was
Wow.
delayed.
That's weird.
And I saw a finger clicking, but whatever. I'm sure it was the internet.
I'm doing the other stuff.
As Rob just explained to me, that's happening over the internet.
Yeah. Rob, I learned. I didn't know.
You guys can have your own tech relationship. I'm just establishing some boundaries with he and I's tech relationship.
That's
Like, I
fine.
understand the difference between Wi-Fi and cellular.
Okay.
Maybe not much beyond that. It's probably hard for you to navigate. Okay, I love you.
Love ya.
We are supported by Allstate. Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking that your keys are actually in your hand before you close the car door. Have you ever stood in a parking lot full of sun staring at your keys sitting right there on the seat 4 inches away and completely useless to you? It's a very specific kind of humbling. Yeah. Checking first is a good idea. So check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. And for fast, reliable help when you need it, add an Allstate roadside plan today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary. Insurance and roadside assistance plans are subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Insurance provided by Allstate North American Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Roadside assistance plans provided by Allstate Motor Club, Incorporated, an Allstate affiliate.